What is up, people? Good afternoon, evening, morning, night, good whatever part of the day it happens to be in your locality. It is Shelf Side Spurs Show with this week's episode, Dances with Wolves. You can tell I spent a lot of time coming up with that title. It took a long time. It really didn't. Joining myself and the man of 1,000 names, currently going by Ranjit, is what I would describe as the default Shelf Side Spurs Show guest, which is Kuva. I don't know whether or not that's a compliment or an insult to him, but he's here, and he's going to be making us all feel warm and fluffy and fuzzy and uncomfortable all at the same time. And making his Shelf Side Spurs Show debut is Ryan Isaacs. He doesn't know what we do on Shelf Side Spurs Show with debut guests, which is that we mute their microphone for the whole show. But we're looking forward to his contribution. As you can see, it's already working, even though I've pressed no buttons. No, thank you for joining us, gents. Kuba, how are you?
Full of ambivalence tonight, apparently. So,
yeah,
I'm doing very well. I'm quite pleased with the Champions League draw. I'm quite dismayed at the lack of transfer activity. So, ambivalence, ups and downs.
Yeah. And Ryan, how are you, sir?
Very good. The Champions League draw went particularly well, I believe. Couldn't have hoped for much better. Similar transfers is what's doing my nutting at the moment.
Well, you've got Shelf Side Spurs Show in order to put that aside and talk weird and wonderful bollocks with us like we do every Thursday. So don't worry too much about what happened with the Champions League draw, because we probably won't talk about it very much. No, we will talk about it, guys. We promise. We will get to it. But we've always got to kick off, as we usually do, with our campaign to essentially look after and care for the like and subscribe buttons. We don't hit them, we don't smash them, we don't annihilate them, we don't dominate them. We like to fondle them and caress them. And as I say here, have you made sweet, sweet music with the like and subscribe buttons yet? If not, do it now. It's lovely and heartwarming.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant make sweet music with Henry Hoover's. So, shit.
No, you can do that too. You can do that too, Nick. It's fine. You know, this is an arena in which we advocate for the making of sweet, sweet music with lots of different inanimate objects.
That's not really sweet music, though, is it? That's more sort of violent assault, I would have thought.
Yes, it can be, but if it's consensual, then it can lead to sweet, sweet music. You know. And I've, to be honest, I've not heard any of Nick's Henry Hoover's object. Right?
There's been no blowback about it at all.
There's been none whatsoever. You know, at all. All right.
Oh my word! Right.
Yeah.
On that note, let's say hello to some people in the chat before we get into it.
Let's say hello to some people in the chat. Kim is here, but probably won't be because of what we've been talking about. On your bike, Scott. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us, pal. Ryan McFarland. Haven't seen Ryan for a while, actually, so it's nice to see you back there. Unless I've missed you, I'm just not noticed. So that is perfectly possible. Paddy Hartner, good to see you. Thank you for joining us, pal. Stuart, big up to you. Had him on the Champions League draw program that myself and Ryan did shortly before this one. Brian is here. Big up, everyone. How are we all? I'm good. I think Nick's good. I'm guessing Ryan's good, and Kuva is always good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which one of you has two socks? That's something that you'll have to tune in week on week to discover for yourself, Andrew. We don't give away secrets like that. BD, big up. Hi, good to see you, Eugene. You weren't first today, Eugene.
Yes, you're slacking.
And you weren't first last week either, right? So I'm worried now about the fact that you're not first in the comments. That's a little bit concerning, right? You got to sort of, get the things up. Apologies for running route. Still en route. Can't really go into why the delay, but here's a clue. Asar was Katolan today. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a cryptic one. What do you reckon,
So
guys?
it's a transfer rumor.
I don't know. I think we should discuss this. Can you bring up the comment again very quickly, Nick?
Yes.
So there's the clue. Can anyone work out what's happened?
I think that a star, even though it's light outside, was stolen from the sky. I don't know how.
It's a nativity reference, isn't it? Big up Christmas.
Oh, is that what it is? It's bigging up Christmas.
Ah.
So Bob's running late because he just had to stop and celebrate Christmas for a second.
Because it is the 25th of August, right? So maybe he was celebrating it early.
4 months early.
Yeah.
And of course, over Christmas, Bob was in a coma. I don't know if you realise that.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
You
You never told me.
No. So went under the radar, really, didn't it?
God's sake, Bob, you got to tell me about this sort of stuff. You know,
No one was aware. No one knew.
Mentioned it at all.
No.
Just don't mention it too much.
Could have had a whip round for the hospital or something, couldn't it?
Yeah.
He could have done. See, that would have been a nice thing to do. That would have been a nice gesture, I think, if he'd had some kind of charity drive, to raise money for, I don't know, just
to win 2 socks or something.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh well, opportunity missed, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that was Bob Spur in the chat. Anyone else in the chat?
Yeah, just no. Everyone
Chris
else has said anything apart from Chris Agombar.
Big up to Chris. Big up to Chris.
I think on your bike, Scott's worked it out.
Has he?
Yeah.
A car was.
No, that's not right.
No.
How'd you get there? That's. I mean, if it's the correct answer, that's amazing brain work. Because
that doesn't even fit the carol singing I remember.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, we'll check with Bob when he finally arrives.
And I suppose we better put that up because he'll get upset if you don't put up a comment where he's.
Ranjit is one sock cock. Maybe. You know,
Is that like the sort of thing you're slapping somebody on the back and bigging them up, saying you are one sock cock?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's good. I think we should use that now from now on. If we want to big anyone up, we'll just say one sock cock. I like it. Yeah.
I can't believe there's 25. There's 27. No, 27 people now watching this.
I know. It's quite frightening when you think about it. In actual fact, but we should really proceed with the show. And I think obviously
we do. But Kim was standing next to a car, minding her business, and up came a one cock sock.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unusual. Oh, should we put an yeah in there, by the way, for the came up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's the other one. Yeah. So cool. Excellent. We do have one.
And Rez, before we start, Cockeyed TV, Golden Cockerel exactly just explains that you don't have any socks, just dead hookers stockings.
Exactly right. And I wear
followed
them
by
regularly.
2 sock balls and Kuva. Right, we better get on with the show rather than.
I think we should.
We've just hit the 10-minute mark, so we can really open up now.
Because it is slowly but surely turning into the in the wall warm up show.
It really is
for Saturday.
What are we turning into?
I know. And they said variety was dead. Absolutely.
Yes.
Big up Andrew. Big up Golden Boot. Yeah. Okay. And Kim can say what she likes now. Okay. Good.
Well, that's always been the case. You know,
it is. Anyway.
On this day, a la histoire.
Okay, sorry, I should have put a la histoire.
You should have put a la histoire.
Look, I've spoilt you with the last few weeks, and it's always been 3, so you're only getting 2, and one of them was pretty much made up. So there's only one real one today because that's how it is, basically.
Yeah, live with it.
That person can go away trying to FaceTime me while I'm streaming. Anyway, On this day in 1947, our reserve team recorded their best ever scoreline in the football combination with a 13-0 win over Brighton and Hove Albion. Johnny Jordan led the goal rush with 4. Kuva, how was the game? Because you were alive to watch it, weren't you?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But, typical Brighton. Bloody Harry Potter again.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, dearie me. I've lost all track. Kuva was there. Yeah, Bob said it. But this one, I think this one is particularly poignant today. On this day in history, which was actually today, the Champions League draw was held without Bottle Job FC. So,
Fantastic.
Although it is on today's day in this year of 2022, the draw was held a couple of hours ago, so we can class it as on this day in history. So enjoy your draw tomorrow. I don't know when it is or who you'll be. You will be flying to the far end.
It's the day
of
after today, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But to be honest, it's so insignificant that it could quite easily be any other day, and it would have just as much impact on the universe. I think.
Okay.
Really.
But I just think that and we will get into it later.
Draw, I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we will get into it later, but yeah, it is history. We are in the present. We're not talking about how many trophies Tottenham have won. We're talking about Tottenham being in the Champions League, which Arsenal aren't. So that's all we can talk about is the present. If we want to go all the way back to the start, we can talk about 1961. We can talk about everything else that's happened, but we're not like the rest of you. So yeah, that's on this day on history. What we have got for you, what we have got for you today is
the future.
Is you can pick Rez's rant today. So you'll have to put
at RR.
Okay, we want at RR, so just so that we're clear, yeah? At RR. Okay. At RR.
A little subject.
And a little subject for Rez to rant about.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because when we were talking about this earlier, we couldn't think of anything, if I'm honest. So we thought we'd throw it out to see what you guys and girls in the chat would like Rez to rant about. Maybe it was about this.
Could have been.
I don't know.
Soon as it hits 7:45, I am losing my fucking mind.
Yeah, it could be. Bob's got the third on this day in history around 5 hours ago. Asar was Satolan. So, again, we don't know what that. We don't know what that is. So
no.
Yeah, we're not sure.
We're still unsure. We're still unsure. Also, in addition to picking my rant this week,
we're being generous.
Yeah, absolutely. As always, you can also ask us anything. So put at SSS if you want to ask us a question.
Oh, wow.
And we will answer those at the end. Obviously,
this is getting complicated, Rez. This is getting complicated. Yeah. I mean, it's not, but it is.
I'm confused.
So.
It is. But listen, it's all about, as Andy said, it's all about variety, right? That's what this show is all about. So, at SSS, if you want to ask us a question, which we'll answer at the end. Obviously, this is a Spurs show. It's about Spurs, about football. So, football questions will be given absolutely no waiting whatsoever. So, ask us anything.
I think, Rez, we need to do your rant first, and then we can do ask us anything, because otherwise
we can do ask us anything like right at the end, but people can
ask. But they can put their questions in later, not questions in now. Let's not get 50,000 questions. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble here. I'm not that bright. I'm not as intelligent as the rest of you. So I'm a simple being. I just need to do things simply.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yeah. No, that's okay. Not a problem.
Okay, so first topic.
Subject. First subject. Reggie's off. Gio's gone. And DLTDHYOTA Tongi is don't let the door hit you on your fat ass on the way out, Tongi. Ryan.
You're missing an F. Hang on, let me amend that.
I'm missing an F. Yeah, I am.
Let me amend that. Carry on. Ryan.
Ryan, your thoughts on the departure of some of our Deadwood?
Why do we have to talk about Deadwood? They're shit. Just happy to get rid of them.
That's what I've chosen to talk about.
Oh, honestly, seeing Tanguy fuck off finally. Look, I loved him as a player. As a person, he was a... I don't know what language I can't
You're
find.
allowed-
In the
you're
blank.
allowed-
I've already
you're
filled
allowed
in the
to
blank.
You can drop.
Can I use that word on here?
You can.
Can you?
You was a cunt.
Yes. You can't use it on Sunday, but you can use it on Thursdays.
Off the pitch, but he was a great player when he wanted to be. He just didn't want to be a good player, which is why we had to fuck him off. So thank you, Napoli, for taking him off our hands, and hopefully thank you, Napoli, for giving us at least 30 million for him, because that is the definition of Deadwood. Someone that doesn't work hard for the cause and is just there to collect a wage. So thank you, and au revoir, fuck off, Tanguy.
Also, Nomad's gone as well. Sorry, Nomad.
I think. Why?
Yeah.
Has he gone to Marseille as well?
I don't know. He said he's off. Whether he's off or he smells funny or gone to take a shower, I don't know. Nomad,
Okay.
please come back and tell us that you're okay.
Yeah.
Can you put Stuart's comment up?
Stuart's comment.
We
Yeah.
will.
Am I old enough
Don't
to
worry.
swear?
Don't worry, Ryan. If you want the control, mate, you can come to my house and you can have the control. But until
I am
that point,
fucking old enough to swear.
don't come on our
Swear
show
now.
and start demanding what comments to
Start
bring up. I
producing.
don't know who you think you are.
God, man, on his debut as well.
Saw it.
You know,
Jesus.
no thoughts about, maybe I should, ease myself in. No, it's like bring up the comment.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can't do a blatant like that and pretend you can get away with it.
Yeah. We're going to have to put you through the gauntlet, Ryan. Right?
Bring it
We're
on.
going to have.
Is that an yeah?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
if we put the gauntlet through Ryan, that would be an yeah.
Okay.
You
Anyway.
think?
Well, it depends on the gauntlet.
Yeah. If it's like a leather one,
Yeah, with
it's a
spiked
leather
knuckles and things, sort of medieval
Yeah, but-
combat style, that's not going to be very
Yeah.
pleasant at all, is it?
no, but then at the same time, if it was a leather one, you've got all the connotations that leather has.
And at least it's not vegan.
Exactly. So yeah,
So big up, leather.
one to think about. I think on that one, one to think about. Yeah. So we might discuss that in future episodes as to whether or not that constitutes a full-on yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Can you just put a Bobby Case comment for it? No, I'm joking.
Anyway, that's the simplest way to do that, isn't it? I'm going to put you on timeout because I can control you.
Kuva, your thoughts on the departures of some of our dead? It's not all of it. There's still players left that I think would probably benefit from being shown the door. But what you're thinking on those particular three?
Ooh, load them into the catapult and get them out as fast as possible. This is all good stuff. We don't want any of this rubbish. There's still players in the first team squad we could do with the same treatment. You cannot get them out of the club fast enough, in my opinion. The fact we're actually talking about potential money for some of these players is incredible. I mean, Napoli, what are they? The new Everton, the Italian Everton.
Seems to.
God, I don't even care if he goes over there and he plays brilliantly, turns into a world-class player. I just don't want him here. That's the end of it, isn't it? Don't worry about what other people do. Just worry about what's happening at your own club. And he was cancerous for this club. Absolutely cancerous. More of the same. Get the rest of them out that don't fit, don't really want to be here. There's players that they might have been a favourite at one point, but it looks like they're just sort of riding along on a free meal ticket, aren't they? And I'm looking at Mr. Winks there. Well, not there. I mean, that was clearly Ryan. I mean, nobody confuse him with Winksy, would he?
No.
No. So yeah, it's a good start. Some of the ones going out, more of the same, please. That pretty much sums it up for me.
And is this the prelude to a final 6 days of transfer activity where we bring in players? Do you think, Nick?
Golly gosh, yes.
Well, Kuba said it. I said that without my lips moving. That's normally Henry's. That's normally Henry's job. Look, we've got someone else in the back room. He normally attributes people with a doorbell or a knocker, but we're not as sophisticated on this channel, so we'll just welcome him and add him in just like this. So big up, Sean.
What's happening?
That's the way we bring.
Bring your own ding dong.
We roll.
Bring your dong. This is. I hope you're ready, Sean, because this is literally 20 minutes in and it's all gone to shit. So
what's happened?
I hope you're ready to talk about absolute nonsense for the next.
That's half of the course. What are you on about?
I know.
That's our target demographic. We're actually on message right now. What are you on about?
Tottenham
It's
away.
nice to see your. It's nice to see your channel back in full flow. I've missed you over the summer.
Absolutely. We took a hiatus, and we're back more warped than ever.
Nice. Yeah, and also, Rez, can I just confirm that you said if we get to 1,000 subscribers, you're going to do what?
Right. So, okay, we'll talk about that now. Shelf Side Spurs Show are on the mission for 1,000 subscribers, right? If we get to 1,000 subscribers, what I will do is we will play a game of Chicken, right? We will see if we can get good quality, as many good quality innuendos into the stream as possible. For each innuendo that I deem to be of a decent quality, I will take a shot. And the challenge is to see how shit-faced I can actually become on stream. Okay.
Oh, wow. Can I play?
No.
Shall we all play?
You can play, but I'm the forfeiter. I mean, you can drink along as much as you want. I don't care.
I do anyway, to be honest.
There you are. But yeah, the whole thing is to see
how many shots do you think you can handle.
This is the challenge, isn't it?
Oh my god!
This is the challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you're aware, someone could genuinely die live on YouTube by doing too many shots.
I saw the guy Terry Flowers, whatever his name is, from the Football Terrace on a Sunday. Every time someone paid, every time someone did a super chat of more than £10, he took a shot. And
there you
go. He had like 2,500 people watching, and people were just going mad. And he went through a 1.5 litre bottle of Smirnoff, and by the end of it, he was I've never been as drunk as he was. He literally went through an entire bottle of vodka. It was insane, absolutely insane.
So maybe that's what we should do, just to help fund a little bit of Shelf Side Spurs Show's expansion. Your innuendo has to come in the form of a super chat if we get to 1,000.
Yeah.
Because at 1,000 we can monetize.
You're on your own, Rez. You're on your own, mate. I think I'd rather eat like a whole bag of those hot chili crisps.
Mate, getting plastered will be 10 times more pleasant than that chili. That chili tortilla. That tortilla was ridiculous, right? I mean, ridiculous. It was horrendous. I never want to go through that again. So yeah, the alcohol will be a lot thing. Thank you, Will. Thank you very much. It's very nice. So anyway, we were discussing when you came on, Sean, the departures of Gio, Tongi, and Reggie. Your thoughts?
I mean, look, it's the only thing that it would be better is if they were permanent. I think. Well, I don't know if is Reggie gone. You saying the Reggie's is that?
On loan, I believe. Yeah, to
He's not gone yet.
He's not gone
No,
yet,
yeah.
but it's
Oh, okay. It's going to be gone. Yeah, and Brian Hill's going as well. Listen, I think the 4 players that we absolutely needed to get rid of. Everyone knows the 4 are Gio, Ndombele, Winksy, and Reguilon. And we got rid of 3 of, or hopefully 3 of the 4. Winksy's the last man standing of that group. But if Brian Hill goes as well, then at that point, the second that we get through, as long as the second we've got rid of 4 of them, anything after that, we have to then bring new players in, and that's exciting to me. The only thing I worry about is we're just running out of time. I know Paratici's doing good things, or supposedly doing good things, but I don't know how many transfers can you realistically get done in the next 6 days. It's going to be a busy boy, isn't he? So, but yeah, I mean, I know you guys, most of you guys are of the Levy out kind of framework, and I haven't been generally, and I'm still not. But I don't think the window's been anywhere near as enticing as it looked at once upon a time. And I'm concerned and worried about it. So if we do get rid of 4 or 5 or 6 of these little nobodies, then hopefully that frees up some space to bring 2, maybe 1 or 2, or ideally 3 more players in. Who they are, I don't know, but it's necessary, Rez. It's necessary.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, likelihood of us doing business in the next window. We were sort of going around, but I'll start with you again, Sean. Actually, we'll go around.
Oh, okay.
We'll go around.
Cool.
Likelihood of us actually getting some transfer activity done incoming wise between now and the 31st. It's the 1st it closes, isn't it? This week on Thursday.
Yeah, it's next Wednesday, isn't it? Is it next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday. Okay. Yeah, look, I think it's likely. I think that the Brian Hill noise is that's a done deal. At least I was told it was earlier on by Adam, and so I think that. Yeah, I think we're going to get at least 1 more in, and I think it will probably be somebody that is a divisive figure, someone like an Adama Traore, who a lot of people will be like, not good enough, don't want him, and a lot of other people will be like, at 10 million quid or 10 million euros, whatever, you can't really go wrong. But I don't think we're going to get the player in that we really need, which is a really good centre back. My ideal scenario, Rez, would be for us to go to Wolves with 50 million quid. And say, give us Max Kilman and give us Adama or give us a Neto or a Neves, someone like that. Like Wolves need some money. Arsenal are hovering around Neto. If Arsenal get Neto, then they don't need to sell anymore. But if we can get in there before Arsenal do and do a deal, Wolves have got a couple of good players that I think would really help Tottenham. Max Kilman would probably be my first choice centre back because I think he's English, he's homegrown, and he sorts a lot of problems out.
Brian?
James Maddison. So all I've been clamouring about throughout the entire window is James Maddison. We need creativity in this side. We saw it against Wolves and we saw it against Chelsea. We lack creativity, and having a out-and-out creative midfielder would solve a whole lot of our problems. So centre-back situation, personally, I could see why we're waiting till next summer, because they just weren't viable this summer with the likes of Gvardiol and Bastoni, where they will become more available next summer. So waiting for them around, I think, is more of a good option, especially with the three at the back. They all complement each other quite nicely. We've got some decent backups. Long way for Davis can interchange, and Sanchez and Romero. Sanchez is an adequate-ish backup to Romero. But yeah, just we need a creative midfielder. That's the one thing we actually just don't even have in terms of any kind of depth. We don't have one. You need to cover all aspects in your squad. And the one thing we don't really have is creativity. So getting a James Maddison is something that I've been clamoring on about all summer, that people have got sick of me just saying about James Maddison, but it's someone that we would need. Homegrown, knows the Premier League, and top quality.
We'll come to that, Jacob. Kuva, there are arguments that say, or people that argue that a creative midfielder isn't a priority because it's not fitting with Conte's system. What position would you like to see us upgrade on if we are going to be getting any more business done this window.
What would I like to see would be a couple of centre backs, a right wing back, and then a creative spark of some sort, or a goal scoring midfielder, somebody that adds to the goal output up front. That could be in the shape of a James Maddison. It could be a Milenkovic-Savic, someone like that. But we are a big club. We do have money. Surely we can go and spend some of it. We're recuperating recovering some of the money that we've spent on some of the rubbish so far, aren't we? But there's got to be more available for quality players. It's the time. It is right now. If we'll get a bit fed up saying the same things over and over, but it remains true from day one as it is now. And that is, we need to address these areas where we have weaknesses in our team. And we haven't been doing it. We've done it in some areas. Perisic was a great signing. Basuma's been a great signing. I think Richarlison adds that sort of depth and combative aggression and strength up front and hounding down players that we do lack at the moment. We can change things up in a lot of positions. But where we come short, we are still short. The likes of Emerson and Doherty challenging for a right wing back slot just shows how much we're failing in the window. It's all well and good getting some of the players in. If you don't get all of the ones in to address the weak spots, you've still got weak spots. That will get exploited throughout the season. So for me, I think Sean's right. I think we're going to see a very divisive or incredibly underwhelming signing. I don't see any of those big name players coming. I think we will just do what we always do. It's been a new layer of wool pulled over some of the fans' eyes at the start of the window, and then business as normal. In come the young ones for the future. And I think that's what we're going to be doing again, and it'll just be a cheap, almost a token offering. Adama Traore would be that, in my opinion, because I think he's dreadful.
Nick, which side do you fall on? Are you looking? Do you think the James Maddison, Milenkovic-Savic route is where we should be going, or should we still be looking at the other areas of the squad?
I said this probably half an hour ago on Sean's show. There's three. There's the three potentials. There's Rulan Malinovsky on loan, Adama Traore, and Saint-Maximin from Newcastle. He's got a 40 million buyout clause in his contract if a Champions League team comes in for him. So look, that is, is
it only if a Champions League Cup team comes in? Really?
Yeah. That's the specifics in his.
That's an interesting. It's a really interesting clause, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you thought with everything that was happening, you think, why would they put that type of clause in? But I'm guessing they were thinking, who's actually realistically out of City, Liverpool, Chelsea, probably not coming in for him, and then you think, who else is it? Is it if it's a United or anything else, or United or someone like that? Are they realistically going to do it? So they probably thought that no one was going to come in for him, and obviously I'm hoping that potentially we can, it's something that it's something that we can do. But look, do you know what we can do next week, Rez? We can just go a little bit later, and we can just go through to the transfer window closes. That's going to be a great show. We can just talk nonsense, and we can sit there and go, "Oh, it was rubbish. Oh, it was Levy all over. Oh, this is bullshit." But look, I think we started off and went really early.
And it seemed encouraging. We were encouraged by that.
Yeah, but I think we went in early because I think that was part of what Conte wanted. He wanted it done before South Korea. And for I think from a Levy point of view, if he didn't give him what he wanted after he got top four with the team and the squad that we had last season, then there would have been hell to pay. So I think, look, it's a start, right? So we know we need more, and we'll just have to wait and see. There is 7 days and 2 hours and 43 minutes and God knows how many seconds left. So, we'll just have to wait and see. This time next week will be a little bit more we'll have a little bit more in the thing. But I think there will be some out of there ones that we're not even being linked with, like the Basuma one, like the those types of deals that just won't be talked about and it just gets done. So Richarlison as well, he was another one. So we'll just have to wait and see, everybody.
There's one for Sean there, isn't it? You got the clock timer now for live matches, mate.
Yeah.
You could have a transfer window timer on the wall behind you. Couldn't you?
Listen, I'm really interested to see, just as like a social experiment, to see what happens with the fan base in a world where it doesn't. Like I can hear in the background the knives starting to sharpen. I can hear cling, cling. I can hear people like starting. They've been patient. They're getting a little bit frustrated. I'm really interested to see what happens. There's a little part of me, a very small part, that doesn't want us to sign anybody else, because I want to see what the reaction is from those people that have been patient and that are starting to get frustrated with the transfer window and with Daniel Levy, etc. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how it all shapes out at the end.
I know for one thing though, we will lose our minds. We will lose our minds. So whether could you imagine all of a sudden something happens, like we said earlier, Sean, about Inter, and something happens with, I don't know, Skriniar or whatever. Something happens there. Everyone loses their minds. Oh my God, we're winning the league! We're winning the league! We're winning the league!
Yeah.
And then the next minute, we didn't sign anyone. Oh my God, that's the end of it. Levy is such a prick. I can't believe we signed 6 players before South Korea, and now we got no one.
Here's an example of the madness that is Tottenham fans. I took a screenshot. I didn't show it I maybe showed it on my channel for like 10 seconds, but of the betting odds of the Champions League winner before the draw. And I'm looking at it now. Tottenham Hotspur were 26-1 to win the Champions League at 4:00. They're now 17-1. The quad is on. The quad is on.
I've been saying it for weeks. We're going to win everything this season. Absolutely everything.
Madness. How much money is
We've
getting
got the first trophy in the bag. What are you talking about? The Rangers Cup.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the
Hull Memorial Trophy.
Yeah, for me, it hasn't got that. I don't feel like there's going to be a meltdown if we don't sign anyone. I think there's a sort of level of, here we go again. And then it's like you plan to have a barbecue. You get everything on the grill. Everything's going great. And then one of the legs collapses and the food goes all over the floor and then shit. And you're like, oh my God, this is a disaster. You go to the kitchen and you're looking in the fridge for things. Well, we got bacon, we got eggs. That's all right, isn't it?
We can still eat.
Yeah. We'll still eat. Yeah. And then you're cooking up an omelette and going, come on, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
I tell you,
We'll still sit outside.
Rez, is this supposed to go? Is this supposed to go with this, or I wasn't really sure?
This is supposed to go with this. So we had a match on Saturday, one that I missed live because I overslept. Woke up at 12:15.
Seriously?
I woke up at 12:15.
Why? Were you out on Friday night?
I was up late on Friday night. Let's put it that way.
I was out Friday night.
I watched.
Yes, what were you doing?
That's for a private conversation.
Okay,
Nothing,
was that? Were you? It was something to do with dead hookers, right?
It might have been. It might have been.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we try to sort of tease the audience rather than actually give them outright information on this show, as you know, Nick. So yeah,
when you say allegedly, does that mean they weren't necessarily dead?
Again, that's one of the things I'm neither going to confirm nor deny. All right. So yes, we had a game on Saturday, which, as I say, I missed live. But one thing that we have noticed about our squad is that the first 45 minutes tends to be less intense than the second. Why could that be, guys? We'll start with you, Kuva. What's your thinking around the fact that we seem to start slowly and it happened again against Wolves?
It's a difficult one, but gut feeling is maybe we do things a little bit too nicey with the team. Everybody's relaxed, comfortable, happy. Maybe it just needs a little bit of stirring things up, start a punch up before the game, put on the old 80s style ghetto blaster on really loud, playing heavy metal music, and get players angry and pissed off when they walk onto the pitch. That's what I'd like to see. But it's a la sort of Wimbledon of the 1980s style, that is. Are we just too nicey? I mean, Tim Sherwood even talked about this, saying you can't be everybody's mate all the time. Sometimes you've got to like drag performances out of each other. And I just wonder if we have that kind of attitude at the moment. It's like, it's going to be okay. It's just going to be an enjoyable game. There's no urgency. There's no anger. There's no, is it going to be, it sounds a bit harping on about passion merchants again, isn't it? Not quite that, but just that level of preparedness where we're looking for, basically combat against another team. It is tribal at basis, is this sport. So perhaps that's what's lacking. It's just that little bit of fire in the dressing room. Really set the players off. Perhaps it's just too nice.
Ryan, is it a problem? Is it just a little thing? We're only 3 games into the season. Obviously difficult to draw conclusions. Is it something that we should be trying to do?
Something we should be trying to fix. It's been going on for a while. Personally, to get everyone's, guts going, I think everyone should be just try. I came out and guts to your face.
Right. Anyway, let's get rid of Ryan again for making inappropriate comments. I feel this is going to be a common theme as we go through.
What happened there?
Stop it.
We put people into time, especially on their debut.
Nice.
No, go on.
Red cards.
Go on.
Get their fire from their bellies. You know what I mean? I think they should just do something that will get them going. Threaten them with something. I don't know.
Threaten them?
Have their money taken away. I don't
Threaten
know.
them? What song,
As
Ryan?
in
Sean, you were there.
or the opposition?
What
Threaten our players. Do it. Who cares?
What music did they play before they came out? Because the other week it was Metallica or something.
This week, actually, the pre-match thing before we do our, we are Tottenham, was actually really good.
Yeah.
It was like, players should never turn their backs on the Wolves. It was like sort of like that. So it was like directly towards Wolves.
Well, this is at the stadium. They do that in the
stadium.
That's so cringy. That's so ridiculously cringy.
So basically, we're changing the intro for whatever opponent.
Well, are they not doing "Can't Smile Without You" anymore by Barry
Yeah,
Manilow?
it was Glory Glory Tottenham Hotspur that was played out just before the match, but the intro, before like we do, on the match screen, when we had like the "We Are Tottenham" stuff,
Yeah.
Talking about we are the past, present, future, blah blah blah. It was actually a Wolves thing, like it was really really quite cool. I actually found it. It was like it actually got me going for the game. It was like, come on. I don't know. Clearly didn't work for the players.
Well, that's the question. Are they going to see that sort of stuff? I mean,
No.
is it gonna happen?
Personally,
So-
I don't know what you're going to do. Just grab him by the hair and just say, well, not Romero, but just grab him by the hair and just go fucking play football in the first half.
Threaten them.
Like-
So basically, not Forest on Sunday. You're going to get threatened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the way to go, Sean? Is it a case of just, threatening to rip their testicles off if they don't play well in the first half?
I mean, that's one method. I think the other method is to
Threaten them with the Cheese Room podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Christ, we're fucked
Oh
on
Jesus,
Twitter
Ryan! You can go out again. Now.
You know what, Nick? Take us all out. We're fucked. We're fucked now.
No. I think Ryan's just the worst tonight. Ryan's just the worst. He's cutting in on people. He's saying C-bombs. He's saying it. He's saying a lot.
Demanding comments being put up. You know,
demanding comments. Could you put that comment up?
Yeah. You see, he's isolated himself.
He's gone now. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, Sean. Please do continue your point before you were rudely interrupted.
Yes,
I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure I've walked into it.
That's Shelf Side Spurs for you.
Shelf Side Spurs.
Shelf Side Spurs Show, exactly.
Listen, I don't know. I was on a show the other day on a channel called Never a Foul, and there was a guy on it called Mo who like knows Conte back to front from his time at Inter. He's a massive Italian football fan, this guy. And he was saying, I asked him the same question. I was like, why do we always start so badly? And also, why doesn't Conte make substitutions earlier? And he was like, it's just not Conte's way. He never did it. He never did it at Chelsea. Didn't do it at Inter. Won't do it at Tottenham. He's so prepared for a game. He drills everything into the players the whole time about the way it wants to happen. And I think that's a bit of a problem, if I'm honest, because I think that Tottenham's tactics are a little bit predictable. And in the first half, we get undone by these teams like Wolves, or I remember Brighton last season when we lost 1-0. Graham Potter squeezed the life out of the game and played our wing-backs against theirs, and they dominated. I don't know if this is the comical answer you're looking for, but it's a serious answer. I feel like Conte sets up again, and if the team is undone by better tactics from the opposition, it takes until half-time for him to come in and make something else happen. I think he needs to have like plan B or plan C or whatever that he can just like he can train during the week and say after 10 minutes, like if it's not working, just say like, boys, we're moving to do some sort of baseball signal and say we're going to go to plan B to overcome it. And because I do worry about how slow we are to start in the game all the time. It happens all the time, and it's a problem.
The flip side, I would say, for the sake of balance, is the fact that we are undefeated.
Yeah.
In 9 games now, stretching back to last season.
Yeah.
So, it's
working? Yeah.
Is it a concern that we might not necessarily blow a team away in the first half, but we rarely suffer for it? Is it something that we should be not necessarily worry about it? Is it something that could undo us regularly in the future, or is it just a quirk of how we play at the moment?
I think our fitness, the fact that we have these ridiculous fitness regimes probably prepares us really well for a second half. If teams set up against us really well in the first half and then get tired as the game goes on, then Tottenham's fitness comes to fruition in the second half and we can kick on to a second or third gear that maybe the other teams don't have. But I definitely think it's still a problem. Like if you've only got 90 minutes to beat a team, and if we're wasting 45 of them hanging on or not being able to kind of cut through the mud in the first 45. Like I take your point, Rez. We 100% listen. Who the hell am I to doubt his tactics or to question them? Because the guy's an absolute superstar. And you're right, he has made us get results in the last 9 games, spanning 2 seasons. But I would just like to see us start a game faster, come out of the traps earlier, and not have to wait until halftime to fix whatever the issues are.
Okay, Nick, you thinking?
Just look at that.
Yep.
My thinking.
Kim loved that. Kim loved that particular comment.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then said she didn't get it.
Nick, what's your thinking on that one? Is it a concern? Is it not a concern? Is it something that we should not worry about?
I don't care. We're 7 points from 9. It doesn't matter. And I said, even if we play like we have done for the rest of the season, if we take 7 points out of every 9, then it's going to be very enjoyable at the end. Maybe not enjoyable to watch, but enjoyable to see where we arrive to.
Absolutely. So, obviously, a slow first half against Wolves. Let's go through and do a player analysis. Ryan, you're new to the show, so we'll start with you and we'll go round clockwise. So you get Hugo first. What was your analysis of his performance and your player rating for Hugo?
Solid, steady, captain's performance, led by example, managed the back line as you would. Solid display. didn't have a problem with distribution as far as I can remember. So 7 out of 10.
Cool. Anything further you want? You do feel free to expand. We do tend to dive deep. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
if
yeah.
there's anything, you don't feel you have to, but if you want to talk more about Hugo, by all means.
Yeah, there wasn't really much to talk about Hugo, so that's why you stuck him with me. It was just
wasn't.
there wasn't much really for Hugo to do all game. Really, the chances that they had, they put wide. Really, they didn't hit the target, make Hugo work. The only really one was the header in the first half that went wide that they should have scored from, and the free kick from Nevers that just clipped the outside of the post. I can't remember Hugo actually having a save to make in that game.
Cool. Guys, chip in as well if there's anything you wanted to add to that.
No, it really wasn't. It was. I mean, he did
They had
everything.
3 shots on target, 20 shots off target, 3 shots on target. They were shooting from 25 yards. If Wolves had a decent striker, then they could have got inside the box. But yeah, Lloris didn't have much to do. I don't think we haven't conceded a goal or had a shot on target from inside the 6-yard box this season. So his Lloris's job's been made pretty easy for whatever reason, good defending or good setup. But yeah, I agree with Ryan. 7 out of 10.
Cool. Coming onto the back line, so Sean, you get Davinson Sanchez, or Davey, as I like to call him. Your thoughts?
I thought he was all right. I think a lot of people don't fancy him, don't like him because he's Romero's backup and don't want him in the club. But I think once again, didn't concede. He made a couple of mistakes. He's not perfect, but I thought he was fairly good. I thought his distribution was poor. I think his long balls were his incomplete long balls was like 60%. So if you're going to criticize him for his distribution when we had the ball. When we didn't have the ball, I thought he was fairly good. He made some core and important headers in the last 10 minutes when we were holding on to the 1-0 lead. He cleared a couple of corners. Look, a lot of people are never gonna get on board with Sanchez, and I understand why. But I think credit where it's due. I thought he had a decent performance. I gave him. What did I give him? Let me get my stats up. I think I gave him a 7.5.
You can't deal with stats. You gotta just put a number out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. In that case, I'll give him a 7 as well.
There you go. So Kuva, you get Kim's favorite player, in the entirety of Spurs history. She adores Eric Dyer. How did you find his performance?
Oh, I thought we were going around clock. When there was 5 of us, we were going around anti-clockwise. I thought, and then
you would have ended. You would have ended up with a Metic if I think, but I'm the host. I don't do a thing. I don't do.
Damn. Okay.
Yes.
Eric Dyer. Well, he didn't deal with Guedes very well, did he? Just couldn't keep up with him. Often it'd allow him to drop a bit deeper, so he'd find space all the time. But it was typical of Dyer over the last season and a half. It's he just sits back. He's there. He doesn't do a lot. Doesn't offer much on the ball. Didn't have a lot to do off the ball, and what little there was to do off the ball, he still managed to lose his man a few times. I just don't. He's just not good. It was okay. I mean, we kept a clean sheet at the end of the day, so that's something at least. But I expect so much more from our players. When you're given time on the ball, you should be able to do something with it, even if you're a defender. And ours are not capable.
Absolutely, yeah. And so your rating for Dyer?
5.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit harsh compared to some of the other marks, but I'd give them all 5 at the back there.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that, guys?
You're giving him a 5. Yeah, I think you're being very harsh. 78 touches. He only gave the ball away 8 times. He had his long ball accuracy. I couldn't believe this when I saw this afterwards because I was calling him out. I was calling out the entire back line for their disgusting distribution in the first half. But he had 13 long balls, which is any pass over 50 yards or 45 yards. 10 of them were, delivered to the point where it was intended. 10 out of 13, which is I think Eric Dyer's got the number one long ball distribution accuracy, and has the most long ball passes in the Premier League as of the first 3 games. Which when I saw that, I was like, really? Didn't look like that when I watched the game, but I think he needs a better score than that. Personally,
playing out from the back though, that's not playing out from the back. That's a long ball game. Goalkeeper could do that.
Lloris can't, though, can he? He can't distribute.
No, Lloris can't. No, because he's also terrible with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
So we move on to Gentle Ben, Benny Davis. Ryan, how did you
One
find
of my
Benny?
personal favourites, Ben Davis. Love him. As I call him, Mr. Consistent. Just a consistent overall performance. Rarely lets Spurs down, if we're going to be seriously honest. Doesn't make hardly any mistakes. Just consistent, solid performance. Got up and down the pitch relatively well. Usually it is him. 7 out of 10. Cool. He was the best out of the 3.
Yeah,
is that a fair comment, guys? I think
I'll certainly go with him being the best out of the 3. He looked assured as always. Didn't really do anything wrong, and he looked the most likely to sort of prompt some sort of attacks. He was the one that had some sort of drive to his game, whether it was trying to bring the ball forward.
It seems like whenever Romero's out, then that context says, "Okay, Davis, that's your job."
Yeah,
to drive forward.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
cool. Just to accommodate Kuva, because I know that he loves doing this, we'll come to Højbjerg for you, Sean, or Hodgie, as I like to call him. What did you think?
I think he took one for the team with the yellow card when the defenders could have done better. I think he got overran in midfield. I don't think you can really blame. I mean, you can blame the midfielders for being overrun in midfield, but I think that once again in the first half, Wolves just set up like every team seems to do, and they just throw an extra man in there, and poor Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Bentancur have got to figure out how to make the most of being overran. I think he did okay. I'll give him a 7 as well because he got the job done. I don't really remember him doing too much bad or too much good. He was an ever present, but he's not. He doesn't. I just think if we're going to get overrun by teams, the last person you want in the midfield is him just in a 2. You need him in a 3. You need somebody to come back and support him, and Bentancur as well. Both of them they do a job. They do a really good job at times, but when they're getting overrun in midfield, I feel like they're exposed a little bit, and I just don't think they have enough quality to be able to outpace or outperform whoever you're playing against if there's an extra man. And against Wolves, there was 6 players that were just interchangeable. The front 6 were just coming in with dynamic positioning and just pass the ball around him. So I don't know how much you want to blame him or Bentancur. I think that's more of a tactical mistake, but I thought he was okay. I thought he did okay. Nothing good, nothing great.
Okay. Kuva, Emetic Royale. Your favourite player and mine.
Yes.
Oh,
what the fuck?
He kicked himself out.
No, I didn't.
What the hell is that?
Nick's kicked him out from the background.
Right, that's it. I'm sulking then.
At least it's not me for one.
We'll come back to you.
Royale. It was typical Royale for me. Sums up his entire Spurs career so far. Lots of industry, lots of aggression, doing all the hard work. But then when he's actually on the ball, he's completely devoid of any talent whatsoever, and looks like he should be sued under the Trade Descriptions Act.
How many? What's your scoring? What's the points for him?
I'll give him a 4 just because he was putting himself about defensively.
Can I ask you a quick question? I know we're in the actual thing, but just do you mind if it's okay, Rez, if I just ask Kuva a quick question?
Yeah, of course.
If like that, the whole "in Conte we trust," whatever Conte wants, Conte gets kind of narrative that has been banded around over the summer. Do you think the fact that he seems to absolutely love Emerson, he seems to be not bothered at all about the fact that I can't find a single Spurs fan, leave you in, leave you out. Like Conte's the the king or Conte's only a stopgap, wherever. I can't find a single Spurs fan that is happy with our right wing back options. The only person who seems to be happy with it is Conte. Considering how you feel about Emerson, do you think that if we finish the window and Conte's okay with Emerson being our number one first choice right wing back, do you think that in Conte we trust narrative starts to get challenged by certain fans?
What depends how you want to view it, because from what I'm seeing, we're buying Jed Spence, and Conte doesn't even think he's ready to play in the first team. Yeah. So we're now lumped with whatever Conte's provided with. The fact he's looking at the likes of Lucas Moura to convert him to a right wing back in pre-season is very telling for me.
Oh, so you don't think Emerson's? You don't think Conte loves Emerson?
I think he views him as the best out of a very bad bunch at the moment.
Okay, fair enough.
And he does at least have that sort of power, aggression, and the correct sort of attitude, even though his technical ability is shocking. I think that's just giving him enough over the likes of Doherty, where you'd say he's got some attacking ability, he's got some limited talent, but he can't do the rest of it. So either way, is two broken wing backs for me. I think Conte would much prefer to upgrade them.
Not seeing many links though, are we? No transfer. Like there hasn't really been any, has there? All window.
No, that's the frustrating bit. That's why I don't rate this transfer window.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the problem. I will admit. I mean, I'm of your thinking.
I am surprised Doherty isn't getting another go.
Sorry, Ryan.
I am surprised Doherty isn't getting another go. I really am. He was very, very good for about 6-7 weeks before he got that injury at Villa last year. So, yeah, I personally would give Doherty another crack. He was looking like a full-on Conte right wing back for that period. I mean,
there is an argument about the fact that Doherty's injury would require a fair amount of rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So it might.
But he came back in the preseason, didn't he? He played in the first half against the All Stars, which is weird. Why rush it?
But only the first half. That's the thing. 45 minutes at a lower intensity in preseason. It might be that. That's speculation. I will admit, it's just speculation. So I can't say for certain, but perhaps that's it. Because right now, if you offered me, Emerson or Doherty, it'd have to be Doherty. What Stuart says, yeah, maybe. Who knows? Perhaps he is. And you know what? He's done it before, Conte.
He does seem to embrace. He embraces Emerson when he comes off after the game. If you watch the way he does the high five hug, there's two people that he really embraces. One of them is Sonny, and the other one is Emerson. Like he goes he has an extra little second of time.
It's kind of the reverse of what he's done in the past, isn't it? Because before he'd convert a winger into a wing back, this is converting a full back into a wing back. I think this is the hard way of doing it. I remember us having this conversation a while back, Sean, that you should be able to train players to adapt to the new roles. But for me, when you've got a basic lack of flair and instinct for beating your man or when to put crosses in and things like that, I think that's really hard to teach. But defensive duties, you can teach them to a complete plank, and they will get it eventually. I mean, look at Dyer.
I think he's definitely improved. He's improved on his. He hasn't improved on his crossing, but he's definitely improved on his beating a man. I saw this stat earlier that Jack Kanicki put out. Tottenham's number one player this season for dribbles past a player is Emerson Royale. He's got 100%. He's made 5 attempts at dribbling past players, and he's got 100% accuracy, and that's more than anybody else in the entire team. So that's one area of the attacking game that he's improved on. All we need now is his ability to actually whip a ball in. Yeah. The rest, Get the rest done.
To be fair, I still want us to sign Traore just to see the two of them together. I just think that'll be comedy gold.
On to Roddy, and that's yours, Ryan. Rodrigo Bentancur. How did you see his game?
First half, if I had to rate him on a first half performance, it would be like a 2 or a 3. I can't lie to you. He was
Awful. Yeah.
Awful first half, but second half he was a different animal. Passing forward, quicker on the ball, energetic, putting in tackles. He was everything. That second half performance was a complete performance from a central midfielder. Honestly, pushing man of the match. Obviously, we all know he's probably going to get man of the match on this one. If I can't go an 8, can I go 7.5?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, of
I'll go
course.
7.5. He was pushing man of the match.
I've given a player 1400 out of 10 before, so whatever number you want to choose, mate, it's fine.
7.98.
There you go, 7.98. Wonderful stuff. There you go. Yeah.
Amazing.
So you get the long-awaited start of a certain Mr. Perisic and also his substitute on 76 minutes, Ryan Sessegnon, Sean.
Yeah, I thought Perisic was really good. I think that you have to give him a lot of credit for that assist. I know it's obviously something off the training ground with that Giovanni Villa, who I think someone was saying like this, like Owen Goal was our third highest goal scorer last year. I think Giovanni Villa is going to be our third highest, contributing factor to goals this year. I think we've already got 3 goals from set pieces, and I think that Perisic's ability to get down and head that ball on his head, the exact spot. If it hit his head an inch further forward, it glides, it loops up and goes to the keeper. If it hits it an inch further back, it glides off and gets cleared by Kilman or Collins, whoever it was that was behind. Perfect, absolute perfect assist that lobbed over perfectly to Harry Kane, clearly straight off the training ground. I thought he was really good. The only thing I think that was a problem on the left-hand side was Ben Davies. If you look at the heat map after the game, Ben Davies spent the heaviest, like the deepest red was actually right against the touchline inside the Wolves half. Then you've got Sonny and Perisic both competing for that additional space in front of him. I think it got a little bit crowded, and I think that it creates a little bit of confusion for a new player like Perisic to not know where to go. And obviously Sonny not having the best game. They haven't figured out that chemistry yet. I was a little bit disappointed that Sonny and Perisic didn't figure out the chemistry immediately. I thought they would. But I thought Perisic was brilliant. And for me, he has immediately warranted. You know me, Rez. I think I say it all the time. I like to work off a meritocracy. If you have the spot, it's yours until you fuck up. And then it's somebody else's turn. And when they get their chance, it's theirs until they make a mistake. If you have true competition for places, and for me, Perisic grabbed his chance, took it really well, and I would expect him to start now against Forest and West Ham. Hi, Bobby. How are you, mate?
All good. Beautiful.
Excellent.
You look tanned.
While you're here, you
Been out in the sun trying to steal the snow.
A bit of casual racism there, but never mind.
Yeah.
Before we get to anything else, did you have a nice curry?
I did, yeah. It was
at any point, like in the last few days, because that's what you do.
Every night, every morning.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. And also, we will come to you at some point. To explain the Tsar was Catolan cryptic, because none of us have been able to work it out. But before we do that, if you could give us your thoughts on Kulusevski and also his replacement, you're not a gooner, who came on for a few minutes at the end.
Yeah, Kulu, lovely hair, bit spotty though. And Basuma. Yeah, I suppose. Basuma, yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Good of you to join us, Bob.
Thanks very much.
A goal in the wall on Saturday.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff.
Good. No, Kulusevski and I'll be honest, I was working, man, so I only saw the highlights. I tried to go for a 90-minute poo, but I couldn't get away with it. So I was watching it and not watching it, and no, it seemed right. Highlights only give away some of it, but the fact we can bring someone on like Basuma for a quality player like Kulusevski says a lot to me, more than how the game went. Although, we did seem to improve in that second half. Yeah, good.
Excellent. Do you want to give a number rating at all? Or
114.
out of
10.
good. Good. So you get to talk about Heung-min Son and his replacement, Richarlison, came on at 76 minutes. Kuva.
Well, Sonny, better than certainly against Chelsea, that's for sure, where he was completely out of the game. So some of the basics were there. There was a little bit more intent with some of the runs he was making. Not of great success. His touch still seemed a little bit off by his standards. Opportunities where usually his first touch is so immaculate that he gets a shot away, even when there didn't seem time for it. That's not happening at the moment this season. I've got no worries about him though. He'll be back on his A game in no time. However, got to talk about that corner and the fact that we certainly had it explained that it was a routine.
Yeah.
In which case, you've got to say, well done. Hit the spot. Perisic did his part. Kane did what all great strikers do and made space for himself. So that is well worked, and you've got to acknowledge he played his part in that. So,
well, Perisic acknowledged it, didn't he, Cove? He went straight to Sonny and celebrated.
Yeah, there was somebody after the game talking about it as well. Might have been Kulusevski. And they were talking about basically it was straight off the training pitch.
Pay rise. Yeah, he was saying he needs a pay rise. The set piece.
Giovanni Villa.
Deserves a pay rise. Yeah, there you go. Deserves a pay rise. What he's brought.
So big up there. Anyway, encouraging from Sonny. He's not back to his best. I still would have given him a sort of 6 out of 10. Sonny at his best, he's a 9 out of 10 sort of player. So by his standards, it's poorer than normal, but by Premiership standards, he did okay.
Excellent. And finalement, as they say in certain weird places in the world, sorry, France, Ryan. Filet mignon. Yeah, filet mignon is a very tasty thing. So, Ryan, no, Will, we're not. So, Ryan, Harry Kane, your thinking?
Thinking is he's the best striker to ever live, and he gets a rating of 350 out of 10. Just because it's Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Winner, done his job, played his part, got the goal. Happy days, 3 points. Let's go.
Fantastic stuff. Excellent. There we go. So those are the ratings. Going back to the sort of slight slow start that we had, I before the game was really desperate for a tonking. I really wanted us to do Wolves. So I was hoping that it would be Spurs against sheep rather than Spurs against Wolves, but it did turn out a little bit to be sheep versus sheep in that first half because Wolves seemed to be pretty toothless. Is that something that's going to be repeated, do you think, guys? For Wolves, not for us.
I think we have to be honest. We were poor. What I find, I can understand that the magnifying glass will be on Spurs because we're Spurs fans. But what really gets to me, and I think I brought it up in a previous show. It was so great, I forgot which show it was. But it was Liverpool v Palace. Oh, Liverpool were shit. But you know what? Sano, a good team. They came back and drew. Everton 0, Chelsea 1. You know what? Chelsea played shit, but good teams. They get results when they're playing shit. Newcastle City. Newcastle had Man City on the ropes and Man City were playing shit. But you know what? It's a good sign of a good team to come back and draw when they're playing shit. With Spurs, it's shit. Simple as. We were poor in the first half against a good Wolves side. We're not going to be surprised if they finish top 10. I think we were saying in the WhatsApp group, weren't we, Sean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be no surprise if they finish top 10. They're good.
7th, 8th, yeah.
Yeah, maybe, even that. But we turned it around. If you want to look at the first 45 and it's by itself and say we were shit, which we were. Look at the second 45. We turned it around against this good team. We should have won by more in that second half. We showed drive. We showed determination. We showed better possession, better attacking intent. Richarlison brought a bit of urgency to it. It's got a lot more to do. Yeah, I know he's my big mate, and I know to me is Boo Boo, not Richie, but that's another.
You've
story.
been talking to him extensively about it.
Yeah, I've been geeing him up and all that. But yeah, I think unless you're playing the likes of Bournemouth, there's going to be no easy game in the Premier League. Fulham have proved that. No, sheep versus sheep. Yeah, certainly in that first half, but we became lions in that second half because again, another team gave their best and they couldn't beat us, just like Chelsea.
Absolutely. Guys, thoughts? John, Kuva, Ryan, Nick?
I agree with everything Bob Spurs said, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's difficult. It's that you can easily flip one way or the other with Tottenham at the moment. Like that you can, I understand why Spurs fans would be looking at the game and going, "We're not good enough," and that was my initial reaction. I also understand people that say, "Got 7 points from 9. We got these against teams we have got 0 points from last season." Like, I understand any person's perspective. I've actually softened my approach. I've changed my perspective. Speaking of Bobby and that, I think that there's actually no easy teams, and I think that maybe we should. There's definitely lots to improve on, but I generally agree with everything. I agree with everything Bob Spurs just said.
Mm-hmm. I'll kind of it's the sorry, go on.
Okay.
All right. Game of two halves, wasn't it? This the standard. First half, Wolves had all the shape of a wolf and a muzzle on it. There was no bite to it at all. There was just nothing. We should have got punished and we weren't. And then we were playing like sheep. But we were sheep that managed to find a way to grow some fangs, and we did bite when we had a chance. And that was the difference. When it came down to it, we had that quality in the final third of the pitch where it matters, and they didn't. And no matter how much they outplayed us for the rest of the game, and they did, we had that cutting edge. That's what's so brilliant about having the likes of Sonny, Kane, Kulusevski in the team. That's why it's so good to have the likes of Perisic join the squad. He offers that quality too. And it was put into place there. Struggled throughout the game, came up trumps when needed.
Yeah. Yeah. Ryan?
Yeah.
We know, Mark. We are fully aware.
Usually with accessories.
Yes. And lots of body glitter. Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just mirroring what everyone else is saying, really. It was really bad first half. We got lucky that Wolves are toothless. And we've got a top world-class striker that can stick the ball in the back of the net, whether it's from 2 yards or from 30 yards. That's really the big difference. Overall, it was not the best performance, but a win's a win. And if it was City or Liverpool, they'd be saying that's the kind of performance that wins titles.
Yeah.
That wins trophies, not being at your best, but finding a way to win. And that's what we've done.
It's balance, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah.
We just need to bring that a bit of balance. No one's saying we've been world beaters first 3 games, but at the same time, we've got points on the board, which same teams last season, we got 0. So there's loads to improve.
Very similar performance.
We're fully aware, Mark. We're fully aware.
Last season we lost. It's just one of them things. It's just you can say, half the games this season, if we turn up in, we'll win. And it's the same going back the other way. If we don't turn up, we won't pick up points. But it can work either way.
So did we get our revenge for what they did to us last season? I was at that game. It was painful. It was painful. But did we get revenge?
Yeah, the only highlight for me the only highlight for me of that game last time is that I sat in three of the three stands, and I forgot that I should have gone and sat in the east stand, and I could have made it a full house. That was how entertaining it was. We were just, it was just horrendous, and it just goes to show, I guess, how far we've come in a short space of time. Not necessarily a short space of time, but just how, like you've all said, is that we've gone to the games like that we would have lost last season. Games like Chelsea would have lost. Games like we said, 7 points where last season we got 0. So yeah, absolutely. I think revenge probably would have been nice. It would have been 4, 5, 6-0, but we're not at that. We're not at that stage where it's getting to that point. So like everyone said, we got a revenge. We got 3 points. We draw on the few positives that they were, and we move on. Really,
I'm about to. You probably don't know this, but last time Spurs played Wolves, lost 2-0 at home. I was actually in hospital recovering from a coma.
What?
Yeah.
You were?
No.
Yeah.
No, you would have told us about that ages ago if that happened.
No.
I don't believe it. No, you're just making things up now.
you'd have gone and done like a 24-hour stream to like raise money for the NHS.
We would
No?
have done this.
That's their job.
Well done for doing your job.
They brought in better doctors and nurses. It wouldn't have taken so long, would it?
You might
Bloody
have been at that game
NHS.
as well.
Yeah. Big up. I know someone watching. Big up.
So it was 1-0. We got our revenge by beating them 1-0, and the scorer was Harry Kane. And yet,
Piss off, Alan, with your racial casualty.
high quality racist.
That's actually
humour.
really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
That is some high quality racist humor. We approved. I love it. I love it. So obviously, Harry Kane scored, and in doing so, broke another record. He's now the record holder for the most Premier League
Records
goals
broken
scored for a single club with 185, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
All scored for Spurs. Ryan, you said that he's the greatest player who's ever lived, or the greatest striker who's ever lived. Do you want to expand?
Oh, yeah.
Probably not the greatest
yeah.
striker. That would still go down to Jimmy Greaves, in my opinion. But
Oh,
yeah, honestly,
It's
there's not a
closing in.
striker. There's not a striker out there that I can think of since I've been watching football, 15 years, that has done stuff that he can do on a football pitch. And I'm not talking like Messi and Ronaldo who aren't proper strikers. I'm talking like Rooney done it for a bit, but not onto even this kind of level where he's still banging in goals at 29, touching 30, where Rooney was a central midfielder at the age of 30 and finished by 32. Kane is still banging in 25, 30 a season, can get you 15, 20 assists a season. His passing range is the best in the league, one of the best. Probably only De Bruyne is better than him. He's the complete package of a football player. Always turns up. Oh yeah. Always turns up to training on time, except when he's trying to force a move.
Let's not go there, Ryan.
Amount of time
always the last to leave for training. Completely professional. You never hear about him in the newspapers. It's the perfect. What you look for in a player for your club is Harry Kane, and that is what we've got. And we are so damn lucky to have a player like him at our club. I really hope he can stay injury-free this season, because if he does, we've got a hell of a chance of doing something special. Because he can if he can hit 40 this season, and that's going back a few years to when he was hitting 40, and that's when Salah first broke into it. But he's got the capability of hitting 40 in all competitions, and we could be on something special this season.
Sean?
Can't disagree. I think Harry Kane is obviously, the superlative. There's not enough superlatives to to say how great he is. Look, he gets very well paid to be at Tottenham. He's living his dream as much as we are lucky to have him. And I think we, hopefully we can win a trophy for him this season, so he doesn't, go into another year of disappointment on a team basis. But yeah, he's just brilliant. Like, even when he's playing badly, he still gets the job done. His attention and his focus and his passion is always there. Nothing else I can say that no one else has already said. Like, the guy's brilliant and one of the best, or probably the best player at Tottenham. When he finishes his career, we'll look back and say the best player that Tottenham's ever had. And it's been a privilege to have been alive and been watching Tottenham since his debut all the way through. So I'm very happy to have been a part of that.
Certainly the Premier League's best ever Spurs player, don't you think, Sean?
Oh yeah, 100%. But I mean, I wasn't obviously alive. The only people that you would compare him to, I guess, are like Jimmy Greaves or some of those boys from the 60s. I speak to my dad about it. He thinks that Jimmy Greaves still doesn't hold a candle. He thinks that Jimmy Greaves is better than Harry Kane, but maybe that's just because of his childhood memories versus, I don't know. I've got no idea. But like I say, best player that I've ever seen in a Tottenham shirt, and to have been there I was at his debut. I'm pretty sure I watched his debut. I was a season ticket holder, and it's great to see. Hopefully, we'll see him for another 3 or 4 years.
And we'll be saying that as well soon, won't we, Rez? When Rez turns 75 in a couple of years, and he'll be saying to his grandchildren, when they're coming back and saying, "Oh yeah, we've just seen Scarlett in a few years' time. We've seen Scarlett scored his 20th goal of the season," and Kuva will be there going, "Oh, he's no Harry Kane."
How does it go? You do that old man voice.
Indian accent as well. Oh, he's no Harry Kane. Yeah. Now, where are your girlfriends? Sorry, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Kuva, the thoughts on Harry Kane and your turning Indian in the next couple of years?
And liking children.
I couldn't turn Indian. It would be too much of a strain on the old ticker. Masala.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, Harry Kane. I think the prime days of Harry Kane as a goal scorer are actually over, because I think he has just developed into a much better all-round player, and I don't think you shake that out of him now. I think the fact that he does drop deep and make all these passes turns him into a superb footballer. The fact he is a number 9 and a number 10 now, is no longer the Alan Shearer type who was only ever a number 9. That's gonna his goal scoring record will naturally slow, but his strengths and his value to the team will remain undiminished. He will still come up with plenty of goals. He won't just be he won't be that goal machine we've seen in the past, in my opinion. I think he's just got a hell of a lot more to his game. He's become more like Teddy Sheringham than he has Jurgen Klinsmann, for people who remember that sort of era.
Yeah. Nick, thoughts on Harry Kane?
Yeah, look, it's another record broken. There's gonna be more records broken this season, not just for Spurs but for England as well. Like was said in the comments earlier, the greatest one-season wonder, by Andrew Gregory, the greatest one-season wonder ever.
Big up, mate.
And I think, and he's just another one. Kane is Shearer and Sheringham together. Look, there's this, like Sean said as well, special players. We're fortunate that we get to witness him playing, scoring, leading the team through, thick and thin. It's not always been a bed of roses, right? So, I just hope that, like we've all said, is that we go on and win something and give him something to celebrate, and that will be the true reward. We all know he's going to beat Jimmy Greaves' record, and he should beat Shearer's Premier League record. But look, we just need to. He deserves to win a trophy, and that's the ultimate thing that us as fans want, and ultimately what the club and the players can give back to him, and not just him but Lloris and everything else for their years of service. They could have quite easily gone off and applied their trade. And okay, there was times when he like last season when he opened, he said he wanted to, but to think that we've had probably the greatest or one of the greatest Premier League strikers as well as one of the greatest goalkeepers in our squad, we are very fortunate.
So it's that time, Nick. How many suggestions have we had?
Well, we've had quite a few. We've had this one: Kit Kats are not a chocolate bar. We've had Trust the Process. Ben following on: Kit Kats are not biscuits. Kit Kats are rather nice. Danny has asked Tuchel for being a wanker. Wayne's asked about the transfer business you've done yourself,
right?
Not what Spurs have done. And that's your choice, mate. So you decide what one you want to go with.
I think I can probably cover 3 at once if I do the Kit Kat one.
Okay.
Potentially. So the one from Ben Kaufman, the ones from Ben Kaufman about Kit Kats being a chocolate bar, Kit Kats being a biscuit,
and not a biscuit, and our Kit Kat's nice.
Kit Kat being nice. Yeah. Do you know what it is about Kit Kats, right? They sit there on the shelf, okay, and they try and draw you in, okay, with that shiny cover, yeah? And then next to them, you've got those bigger Kit Kats, right? You know, the blocky ones, right? As if anyone ever wants anything like that, yeah? Did they ask us? Did they come to us and say, you know what? We come in a pack of 4 little ones. Do you want one big one? They didn't ask us at any point, do you want 4 of those big ones all stuck together? No. Yeah? And then they cause even more confusion by not being clear as to whether they're a chocolate, whether they're a biscuit, whether they're neither, whether they're both. Yeah? So on the first one, we don't know. On the second one, we don't know. And then they want us to decide whether they're nice or not. Yeah? That, for me, doesn't wash. All right? It is time for Kit Kats to stand up and make their positions clear. Until that time, as far as I'm concerned, right, they can get in my belly. All right? Until that time, I will keep eating them. All right? I'm not stopping. I'm not going to show mercy to Kit Kats. And that's my rant for the week.
Wonderful. Just on a completely off subject, Swifty likes a big one.
Like a big one. Fantastic. We always knew that, though. We did know that. You know, we are fully aware, Mark. We are.
Yeah.
With the body glitter as well, especially. Yeah. Anyway, so that was the first part of our audience participation for the week. Thank you very much for your Rez's rant subjects, because to be honest, we could not think of anything to rant about this week. So we just basically we got you to do our job for us, and you did, which is great. Also,
really feel like you're on the beating pulse this week.
I think so. So. We're always on the cutting edge.
Nobody going for an yeah there.
No.
Sean
disappeared.
Sean disappeared just for the pure. I think he went to go and get a Kit Kat. No, actually, Bugsy had been sick on the floor. So maybe...
Bugsy, by the way, is his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Well, you say girlfriend. Other people say hostage.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. It depends on if it's a Saturday night. Yeah. Obviously, we've actually got more audience participation available to you guys. Ask us anything. Put your questions in at SSS at the beginning. whatever question it is, let's put it this way: if it's football related, it's less likely to be answered.
Yeah, true.
Right?
It shouldn't be answered.
But you can ask us anything, and we'll think. So get those questions in, and we will answer them at the end of the show. But for the moment, we're going to go and look at the Carabao Cup. I put the Caribou Cup in there, but someone changed it, obviously.
I thought you. You did that on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah,
1 minute. I will.
Okay.
I will rectify my error.
That's got to be an
you're
art,
rectifying Rez's error.
He's going to rectify the error. Rectified, nice. Yeah. So here we go. Forest away, which is, funnily enough, our next league game as well. What do you guys think? Good draw, bad draw? Is it
I'm
a
happy
tough
with
game, better game?
I think cup games and Forest, 91 cup final, it always brings it back to that, man. It's my favourite day out as a Spurs fan ever. No, sorry, semi-final was. The cup win was a bigger. I've always said the semi-final for me was a bigger and better day. But when I see Forest in the cup, it always takes me back. And we've got to remember, we played them a few years later when we had the bomb scare at White Hart Lane in the Rumblos Cup semi-final. It was a 1-1 in the first leg when Gary Lineker chipped in the equaliser over Crossley. First penalty taken since that FA Cup final when Crossley saved his penalty. So he did a what's it called? What's the chip? The
Curry push. No,
Puskas. No, not Puskas. What's it
no,
called?
not Pushkas. I know what you mean. Yeah,
You know what I mean. But yeah,
that sort of chip.
Panenka.
That's it. Yeah.
So
and naan.
And naan, yeah, that's it. And all I remember were the Forest fans that night.
Isn't that the naan with the coconut and the raisins in it? A panenka naan.
Yeah. Push. Yeah.
Pesh nunka.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, Forest, good.
Although
round about that period, we had a really good rivalry with Forest in the Cups.
Yeah.
Sort of late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
So many times we were meeting them on big occasions. And they used to hate David Howells because he'd always score against them. And I've forgotten the ones we used to always hate. It was like Ian Wone was one. He would always pop up.
There was Danny Glover. Not Danny Glover.
That was when Danny Glover, Danny Glover, I'm too old for this shit.
Gary Charles was, for obvious reasons, ending Gaz's career, essentially.
Yeah.
He will never beat Des Walker. Well, you do if you're Gary Lineker.
Wasn't there a one cup tie though that was played in the snow and we were a couple of goals up and then they came back and beat us or something? I can't remember when that was. It would have been mid-90s, I think.
Possibly.
That one was a painful one.
But I remember the downpour of rain at that semi-final at White Hart Lane. Roy Keane scoring in extra time, and all I heard was Forest, Nigel Clough's Barmy Army.
Yeah,
That's what, and he wasn't even there. He'd obviously gone, but
he's gone long before then.
Yeah.
He's my football hero, Ryan Clough.
Well, yeah. My dad's as well. My dad loved him.
So from one draw to another, the Champions League draw. So we've been drawn in Group D against Eintracht Frankfurt, Sporting Lisbon, and Olympique Marseille.
Gary Glover. No, it wasn't Gary Glover. What was his name? Anyway,
Gary Crosby.
Gary Crosby, that's it, yeah.
Gary Glitter.
Gary Still and Gary
Bing Crosby.
Anyway.
Bing Crosby, yeah. Denise Crosby.
From Predator 2.
Bill Cosby.
That's right, yeah.
Sorry.
Bill Cosby, yeah, that's right.
That's from Predator 2.
Yes. Oh, we're so going to get sued.
Wow.
So, the Champions League draw. Eintracht Frankfurt, Sporting Lisbon, Marseille in Group D. Guys, good draw, bad draw, could have been better, could have been worse. Looking forward to it, love it, hate it. What do you reckon?
I reckon
Piss
that
easy.
it's probably the easiest draw. Well, look, all the English clubs I think got a very favourable draw, but we probably got the easiest out of all of them, which probably means we're not going to qualify. But no, look, we couldn't have asked for anything else. There was a bit of a question mark when it got to whether we were going to get into Milan, because it was looking like that was potentially going to be the option. But look, the good thing is as well is that we're not flying miles away. Germany, Portugal, France. It's not gonna. We can't be used as an excuse of we had a long flight or anything else to deal with. And look, we just need to go and get the job done. I think there should be no reason why we shouldn't qualify, and there's no reason why we shouldn't qualify as the group winners, as long as we do the business. Win our home games, and get something out of the away games, or win one away game. Then it should be easy. I mean, let's not look over it. We are in the tougher side of the draw. Let's just say there is a Liverpool, a Barcelona, a Dortmund, and everything else. But obviously, in that group of death, one of them is going to get knocked out. So. Sorry, Bayern, Barca, and that group. Sorry, not Dortmund. Dortmund are in the other half. But yeah, Group C. That looks like it's going to be interesting. So very interesting indeed. But yeah, we should look. We need to look forward to it. Going to the lane with under the lights, the Champions League music playing. It's going to be incredible. So absolutely looking forward to it.
Guys?
Yeah, I can't wait to go to a Champions League game at the new stadium. I've been to a Conference League game at the Vitesse. That was good. Conte's first game, of course, won 3-2. I've not been to a Champions League game yet. At the I would have gone last season around December, Jan time, but you know what? Guess where I was?
Where?
I was in a coma.
No.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm.
No, I saw you. I did see you, I'm sure, somewhere hanging around King's Cross Station. It must have been in December. I won't tell you why I was there, but I did see you. I'm sure of it. You're just making things up.
I was in an ambulance on the way to hospital.
That could have been it.
Direct from the playground.
Direct from the playground.
Yeah.
I had no trousers on. I left them there.
You just got the Eurostar back from Marbella.
And that's it. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Via playground.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think one of the good things about the draw for me is playing teams we haven't played in a very long time, if ever, in European competition. So bit of a novelty, records to be set, and we don't have to travel too far. That's also a big factor. It's not going to be like them lot down the road where they have to play in, I don't know, Linfield, followed by Adelaide and Sainsbury's or wherever the hell they're going, because nobody gives a shit. So we're playing big, relatively big name teams from around Europe. Everybody knows where Frankfurt, Lisbon, and Marseille are around the world. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's the one that strikes me the most, though, is Stell mentioned it on Tottenham away. There's going to be a certain chairman that will be rubbing his hands together, thinking, "Great, I don't have to go out and spend any more money. We can get through this." But
next
won't
one's
mention
funny.
that.
Next one's funny.
He was. He was. I mean, for me, I said it with the draw when the draw came through. It could have been a harder group. It could have been potentially a slightly easier group. But I think we've been drawn against clubs of relatively equal power. We're probably the strongest of the lot, but I think we've done okay. And it's just a case of he was never in a musical group. No, that's also true. But it's just a case of going there and getting the points. Who was it, Ryan, that predicted 6 wins out of 6?
Me.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I'm going to look like a meme again. He looks like no. I just really think.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
I think. Look, the only way we don't get 6 out of 6 from this is if after we win our first 4, Conte takes his foot off the pedal and wants to blood a few youngsters in and rotate for the Premier League games in between match day 5 and match day 6. That's the only way I generally see that we don't get 6 wins out of 6 here, because it looks a banker of a group. Yeah, the away days are, I wouldn't say challenging, but they're a little bit testing, so to speak. But we should have the quality to go to Lisbon and win, Marseille and win, and Frankfurt and win it. It's not like we're going to Bayern Munich or a Barcelona or a Real Madrid here, and you're thinking, oh, it's backs against the wall. Can we nick a point? We should be going there on the front foot, aiming to win these games, and we have the players to do that. So that's why I said 6 out of 6. Also, depending on 1 to 4 who we're playing beforehand and after in the league will make a big difference.
Well, one of them's Arsenal.
No, it's not. Arsenal was the first game after the international break.
We've got
I think that's a fair
game.
Yeah, we've got a Champions League game afterwards, but not beforehand.
No, not before.
I think it's a fair point saying 6 out of 6. It's even if we're not achieving that, it is the attitude to take when you look at that group, isn't it?
Yeah,
you shouldn't be going anywhere to set up for a draw, should you? You should be thinking that's available.
Those kind of games that it looks like it's going to be a very, very entertaining group where we should come out on top. I think there'll be buckets of goals in those groups, in our group, to be honest with you. I can't see many 0-0s in there.
Okay.
But yeah.
Right. So I don't know if you want to. If you said, Kuva, that you need to disappear, but we do have a quiz.
To jump ship,
Where the fuck are you going now?
Abandon you. I said I'd be on Irish Hotspur, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
fully booked up. What can I do? Professional guest there. I've got to work.
Well, yeah, fair enough. It's up to you. We've got a quiz. It's a good one this time as well. None of the weird and wonderful stuff.
No.
Missing out.
So yeah,
missing out.
Grab yourself a pen and paper or thing. Okay,
I'll do both. Come on, I'm sure I can do both.
There you go.
Right. So we're gonna keep it.
I'm off. I am actually off.
All right.
Cheers, lads.
See
you soon.
Thanks.
Wanker.
Right. Grab. I don't know where the fuck Nick has got. Right. He's going to get 0 points. He really is. If he doesn't answer the
what do you mean I'm going to get 0 points?
If you, I told you you're in this quiz, right? And if you get too many points, I know you'd have looked at the questions. All right.
I've not looked at any questions.
Yes, yeah. Look at that smile on his face.
Right. So the way we'll do it is I will ask the question, right? And then each of you needs to change your display name to your answer, and then everyone reveals at the same time. All right?
Yep.
Okay.
So you see at the bottom with the three dots. Click on that, edit name, and then we'll do it. Okay. So Ben has already given you 200 points. I don't know why, but he's been very generous. Okay. So a really, really fucking easy one to start with. Okay. I mean, it really is as well. Who scored Tottenham's first ever Premier League goal? And I'll give you about 5 seconds to change your username.
When do we press save?
Press save when I say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to get accused of cheating.
No. That's absolutely fine. We'll give you a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Save. And reveal. Dan's Nan, apparently. Fuck knows I weren't born, and Gordon Jury. That's correct. So Nick gets the points on that one. So that's a single point for you, Nick. Well done. Bob, I can see what you were trying,
Okay.
But it wasn't gonna.
Well, I'll be honest. It's actually the truth because Gordon Jury is now
Dan's
Dan's
man.
man. Yeah.
But the question was quite clearly, at the time,
Oh,
what
right.
was this
Fuck.
called?
Okay.
So yeah, I know it's a bit of a problem, I will admit. Ben is telling you to stop cheating, Nick. Okay.
Yeah. Stop cheating.
Question 2: how many permanent managers, i.e., not caretakers, have Tottenham had in the Premier League era? And I'll give you 5 seconds to edit your names. 1, 2, 3.
Not including.
4,
Not
5.
including. Right. It's a total guess.
You ready? Save.
Hang on.
Oh.
I got it wrong. Hang on.
So Nick thinks we've had 114. You're not far off, Nick. Bob says 15 and Ryan says 16, but could be as many nipples as Harry Styles. I like Alan's answer there. Too fucking many. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Funnily enough, one of the three of you has actually got the correct answer. Is it Nick? Is it Bob or is it Ryan? It's not Nick. That's quite obvious. In actual fact, it's Ryan. But it's a bit of a confusion over it. It's either 16 or 17. And we'll come to that. So for bonus points, do any of you think you can name them? If you can, I won't get you to write it down. I'll ask you to reel them off. Do any of you think you can name them?
Oh, look at Ryan. Look at him.
Name probably about 30.
Ryan's going for it. Okay, so I'll give you half a point for each one that you get.
Oh, for each.
All right?
George Graham.
Go for it.
George Graham.
Are we going round, or is Ryan saying all?
No. Whoever thinks they can do them all, right?
But he gets all the points because he's the only one who's going to have a go. Right, okay, I can see that. Yeah.
So you got
he put his hand up. No. He put his hand up.
Jack Santini.
Right.
Harry Redknapp.
Right.
One Day Ramos.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Yole.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzy Ardiles.
Mm-hmm.
AVB.
Mm-hmm.
Pochettino.
Right.
Jose Mourinho.
Right.
Antonio Conte.
Okay.
Did I say One Day Ramos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have I said Harry Redknapp?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Tim Sherwood.
Yeah.
Stop cheating, Ryan. You're just moving your mouse then to look at the name.
Yeah, get off the thing.
You've got a laptop in front of you on an iPad, mate. Don't give me that old
right.
chestnut.
So you get 11.
I'm a professional cheater.
I'll give you 5.5 points unless one of the other two can outdo you. So, Bob, do you want to have a stab?
No. Oh my God.
Jerry Francis.
Jerry Hold on, start again. Jerry Francis, yep.
Christian Gross.
Yep.
Livermore.
Yep.
He was Livermore and
Full names, please. Full names.
Oh, Livermore and hold on. Oh man, what was his name? I'll come back to that. Glenn Hoddle. Livermore and it was a duo. Terry Venable was up top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Obviously Nuno. You said Nuno, didn't you? Conte.
Yeah, he said Nuno after.
Oh, right, okay.
So you can take Nuno.
I completely forgot about Nuno because it was so forgettable.
Livermore, Ryan Mason.
No, he wasn't permanent.
Interim.
Oh, he wasn't permanent. Okay.
It's just the one that you can't remember.
It is just the one that you can't remember. And you sweep the board.
Doug Livermore and oh fuck! It's gonna. I'll look at the comments on purpose because I know someone's gonna get it. Oh man!
I'm just gonna go in the comments just to annoy him. and say it. Sorry, Bob.
I said Jerry Francis, Doug Livermore, and again it was a longish name. I can't remember, man. Who's saying anything?
To be fair, I can give you the points because I said 16 or 17. That's if you count Doug Livermore with this other person. So
Who was
I
it?
can still give you 8 points for that. It was Ray Clements.
That's it, Ray Clements, man.
Okay, so Bob, you get 8 points.
Big up.
There you go. All right, and just
He never said David Pleat.
Doug Livermore, he wasn't
temporary.
permanent. He was never permanent.
Temporary twice,
Not in the
wasn't he?
Premier League. Yeah. So Doug Livermore with Ray Clements, Ozzy, Jerry Francis, Christian Gross, George Graham, Glenn Hoddle, Jacques Santini, Martin Yole, Juan de Ramos, Harry Redknapp, Andre Villas-Boas, Tim Sherwood, Mauricio Pochettino, Jose Mourinho, Nuno Espirito Santo, and Antonio Conte. Very well done, guys, though. That's a good stab. I like that. That was good. So, question 3. What is Tottenham's lowest finish in the Premier League era?
Ryan's Googling.
Twice.
5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and save.
Second, guys.
Someone at the front door, yeah.
Just the NHS.
I think he got it in.
This is it's Bob's rape alarm, isn't it?
Oh, do you know what? You are all wrong.
Ooh.
Our lowest finish was actually one place below 15th in the 1993-94 season.
And we still
Luca
managed to
got it right. Very good. Yes,
Big up,
indeed.
Luca. Well done
Well
for
done,
you using Google. And why didn't you tell me the answer, Luca? I could have got it right.
Because you're using Chrome.
So, we'll wait for Bobby to get back.
No. You've got to kill the opponent. He's not there.
I'm guessing it's like a pizza or something.
No, it's probably a curry.
Yes, it will be. Or it could be a curry pizza.
Curry pizza.
That's the thing, yeah.
How fucking racist! Honestly,
Why? What did they say?
it was a curry. No, it's
Okay,
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Who got the last
Right.
one right?
No, you all got it wrong. The answer was 15th, not 14th.
Oh, I should have kept it at 15. But no, it wasn't a curry. It was just my shopping.
Okay, cool. So, question 4. Harry Kane has been
Please.
Spurs' top scorer for 8 seasons in a row. Who was the last Spurs top scorer not named Harry Kane? And I'll give you 5 seconds starting now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, save. 14, apparently, for you, Bobby.
Sorry.
It's a bit late now. Okay. One of you's got it right.
course.
It's definitively not Ryan because no one has ever played for us called Kane Harry. Fuck's sake. It was, in fact, Emmanuel Adebayor. So Nick gets a point. Well done, Nick.
Big up Google.
It was actually good, wasn't it?
Sorry?
That's when Adebayor was good.
Yes, that's right.
Right,
So just to let people know in the comments, Sonny was the top Premier League goal scorer last season for us, but he wasn't the top Spurs goal scorer across the whole season because he only scored one non-Premier League goal. So, question 5. In 1995, Spurs suffered their record defeat, an 8-0 loss. Who was the opponent for a point, and what was the competition for a further point? I'll give you a little bit longer this time. Just don't Google it. No, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Oh,
He's got curry
5,
fingers. So be careful.
4, 3, 2, 1. All ready? Everyone
You just
ready?
say he's got curry fingers, Ryan.
He's got curry fingers. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone ready? You're still saying Defoe, who cares, and Newcastle Premier League? No. You're all wrong. Dad's Nan. No, that's also wrong. It was against FC Köln or Cologne in the UEFA Intertoto Cup on the 22nd of July, 1995. You were all wrong. You're all rubbish. Question 6. In the summer of 2013, Spurs broke their transfer record 3 times. Who were the players that broke those transfer records? A point each. Five seconds, Bobby. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Saved.
Come on.
Okay. Lamela Soldado, a defender. Coco, Paulinho, and Soldado. Paulinho, Roberto Soldado, and Eric Lamela.
Do I get it right because I put it in the right order?
Well, it's easy to copy and paste, isn't it?
Copy and paste what?
That is the correct order. So, Nick, you get 3 points. Ryan, you get 3 points. And Bobby, you get 2 points.
I think I should get a bonus for putting his nickname, for Lamela's nickname.
I think you should piss off. But, you know.
Yeah, you can think that all you like, Ryan. I'm the quizmaster, mate.
Yeah.
So, question 7. Jurgen Klinsmann was Spurs' top scorer in each of the 2 seasons he played for the club. How many goals did he score in his first stint, and how many did he score in his second stint? I will give you plus or minus 1 each way, right? That you can get either side, and you get a point for each.
Right,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Ryan's already lost, but I like the effort, so I'll give you a point for the 69.
What?
28 and 10, 18 and 11. The actual answer is 29 in 1994, 95, and 9 in 1997, 98.
Can I just say, I think there's ways of cheating, and Randy's just making it obvious.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I think so too. But obviously, at the end of the competition, I'm gonna sort of add other points for other things as well. All right,
that's fine.
So, Spurs' record win remains a 9-1 victory against the frankly hapless Wigan Athletic in 2009. Who scored 5 goals in that game? That's an easy one. I will dock points if anyone gets it wrong.
I'm now just trying to name all the goal scorers from that game.
Oh, no, just the one who scored 5.
Can you name the Wigan goal scorer?
Yeah, because it shouldn't have counted to get his hands. Paul Shana.
Okay. So everyone ready and revealed Defoe, and JD. Correct. You all get points. Well done. But for a bonus point, what was the halftime score?
You're asking the guy who knows.
1-0 Wigan, 1-0, 1-0. In actual fact, it was 1-0 to Spurs at half time.
Yeah.
So not Wigan. Is that what you meant, Nick?
No. Of course I was going to say no.
Oh. Good. Yes, it was. It was only 1-0 at half time. We scored.
Yes,
8
I meant
goals.
it was 1-0 to Wigan. Not yes, I was wrong.
Okay, good. So question 9. Who is the only player from Honduras to play for Spurs? That's another nice, easy one.
Bollocks.
Yeah.
I can't put more time.
Helps if you don't put the answer up, Rez, yeah?
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah.
that. Okay. And
Thanks.
time to reveal the answer. It was indeed Wilson Palacios. Well done. You each get a point. Final question. Which Spurs player, that should say, apologies, is the only Spurs player to ever appear on the cover of a FIFA game while playing for the club?
I haven't got a clue.
Mm-hmm. I am going to start docking points for incorrect answers, to be honest.
What do you mean incorrect answers? If you don't know the answer,
I'm torn between Ben and Bobby.
Blatantly incorrect ones.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'll come with Ben's comment.
Okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah, have you saved? Are you ready? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So Bob's gone with Bale, Ryan's gone with Bale, and that colossus of the game, that absolutely imperious player, Timothy Atuba. You're all
FIFA
wrong.
14.
Yes,
Is
that's
that
right.
reality?
1914, perhaps. You're all wrong, unfortunately. It was, in fact, Eric Korsfed. So for a bonus point, what makes his appearance on the cover of a FIFA game unique? Apart from the fact that he's the only Spurs player who's ever appeared while playing for Spurs. The answer is he's the only goalkeeper to ever appear on the cover of a FIFA game, and you've all got that right. There you go. So you each get a bonus point as well. Fantastic. So let's have a look through the comments, because I think a couple of people wanted me to adjust the scoring a bit. Where are we? I think, where was it? I think Ben wanted me to award 114 points to someone. So I'll give 114 points to Ryan. Okay. I'll take 114 points off of Nick, because just for the fuck of it. So the final scores out of 10 are: Nick, you're on minus 104. Bob, you're on 31, and Ryan, you're on 123. So Ryan on his debut is the winner. And I will admit that I did it because I don't like brown people. You know, even though I'm brown myself, and Nick sort of looks a bit brown, you know. That was the reason. You know, it's all about white privilege for me. And so Ryan is the winner. Ryan. Yeah.
Absolutely true.
Yeah, there you go. So, guys, we're going to wrap up soon. One last thing to cover is Forest predictions. Playing them this Saturday, I believe. Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday,
4:30.
Sunday. Give us your predictions.
2-1
Spurs.
2-1 Spurs, 3-1 Spurs. Bob, are you going for a traditional Bob Spurs score?
4-1, I believe it will be 4-1. I think Richarlison might start. In a way, there's part of me hope he doesn't, because all this Sonny hate will suddenly be justified. So, and I've chatted to Richie, or as I like to call him, Boo Boo. He's absolutely fine with it. He's happy to come on and do his thing when needed. Maybe Perisic will start again. But yeah, 4-1, man. 4-1. Good start for Forest. I do feel that having so many starters all in one go could work against them. Hasn't to an extent, but we'll see. I think we're much the better team. 1-11, much the better players. And there's no reason why we can't expect, believe, and want a 4-1 win.
Fantastic stuff. Any takers on that, guys? Why are you saying 2-1, Nick?
I just think that we will start slow. Forest may get a goal, and we will come roaring back in the second half.
Excellent stuff. Fantastic. Brilliant. Ryan, you're 3-1?
Yeah, Kane hat-trick 3-0 inside 20 minutes, and we'll consider consolation later on.
Fantastic stuff. Excellent. Okay. Well then, guys. Nick, have we had any questions from our loving audience? We have. Okay.
Let me show you this one.
I think Bob, you can take that one first.
The technical vegan, if it comes. I think all vegans should be shot. I think that's about it, really.
Doesn't quite answer the question about whether leather is technically vegan. But
you've got all these animal activists who are anti-leather but love football. Regardless, despite trees being leathery and animals liking leather, and vegans alive should not be allowed.
Okay, fair enough. Nick, any take?
So it probably still doesn't answer the question, but the answer is 40.
Yeah. Any further on that, Nick? Anything that you want to add, maybe to support Bob, or not?
No, I support Bob in his
violent stance
that all vegans should be shot. So yeah.
Excellent.
Unfortunately,
Ryan, what caliber of bullet should be used in your view?
A vegetarian.
Because I think that's the way the panel's going, seemingly. Murderous violence.
To shoot the animal or to shoot the vegans?
Whatever you choose, to be honest, mate. Because either way, it's still killing an animal. So yeah, I mean, what caliber of bullet do you think?
Vegans aren't animals; they're not even
one made out of hay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or lettuce.
Okay.
Vegans are Arsenal fans.
There you go. Bit of after the controversy of the show that we've had up until this point, a nice middle of the road answer there from our panel. Yeah, I like it. I should have ranted about this. What's the next question there, Nick?
The next one is this one from Jacob. How much moisture is building near you with this Adama links?
Yeah, is he talking about just moisture from the air? As in, is he linking the amount of rain to the Adama links? Is that what we're discussing here?
I think it's talking about the jizz leaking out of his cock.
Fair enough. Right. Okay. I'm glad you're here to clarify because we needed that.
Yeah.
So, Bob, how much jizz is leaking out of your cock with the Adama link?
What, over Adama?
More or less than usual?
As the transfer window's going and getting closer to the end, and we don't bring a right wing back, and looking at the quality of a wing backs, certainly right wing backs, we've got the squad. Seeing Emerson week in, week out, just putting in average performances, and suddenly average performances are good performances. There is that element inside me still that vegans should be shot.
Right. That's good. That's I like the callback. That's exactly what's needed. That's the height. That's really the key to good content. So, in essence, your excitement over Adama has led you to the desire to shooting vegans.
That's it. Yeah.
Right. Cool.
With lettuce bullets.
With lettuce bullets. That's fantastic. Ryan, those lettuce bullets, in your case, would they be covered in jizz?
Yes.
They would.
He likes lettuce. What can we say?
Excellent. That's good. Basically, what you're doing is upping the protein rating, right?
Precisely. They've got to eat meat eventually.
That's it. That's the thing. Exactly. Where are you going to get your vitamin B12 from?
Exactly.
Nick, is there scope in your view for substituting cabbage for the lettuce in those bullets, or does it have to be full on lettuce for you?
Anything green that's grown in the grass, which is also green.
Yes, it
in
is.
the ground, not the grass. But yeah, no, I don't give a shit. Vegans are.
What about purple cabbage? Would you make a bullet out of purple cabbage to shoot a vegan in your excitement over the possibility of Adama Traore arriving at the club?
Yes.
Excellent. That's good. Excellent. Cool. I think we've adequately answered that question, don't you?
What about purple rain?
I don't know actually. Would purple rain count towards the moisture content that we were talking about at the beginning?
I know, purple rain vegan.
Oh yeah.
What is a purple rain vegan though?
A vegan jizzing over everyone? I don't know. I don't know.
Even the sentence was all confused.
Yeah.
A vegan jizzing over a purple rain with a lettuce in his hand.
In the playground.
Bullets in the playground.
I think Alan has raised a very interesting point that I think might colour your answers on this one, and that is that Traore is a vegan.
Oh, is that? All right, there you go.
So, would you shoot him or would you jizz over him?
Is the baby oil he's using vegan?
Yeah,
possibly.
I mean, I've never seen
baby's
oil. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean.
We've also got the possibility of using artichokes as bullets because they are that shape as well. They're the sort of right shape for it. So I think
we're using as a bullet or a dildo.
Column A, column B. I think on that one.
We're definitely shooting vegans, right?
Well, I mean, again, dealer's choice. I think
that's why Ranjit loves shoving a gun up his arse.
Absolutely, because it's full of artichoke bullets. That's right. I mean, these are really the subjects that we're here to explore.
And Newsnight should explore.
I think so. I think that we really, really need to sort of be on top of these things. What's the next question we've got?
The next one is from Stuart, and it's quite an interesting one.
SSS are getting on one for the future with Ryan. Well, we've not got on Ryan yet.
No.
We may do, so that would be getting on one with Ryan for the future potentially. Ryan, your thinking on this one?
I don't even know. What does it mean?
I think what it means is, are we getting one for the future with Ryan being on the panel?
Hopefully. Let's hopefully I can do some more shows.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, Ryan being in his early 60s is, certainly one who could have some longevity on the show, I think. But I'm more interested in the getting on. I'm more interested in the getting on aspect of things, not specifically with Ryan, but just in general.
Just getting it
Bob.
on.
Yeah, well, Bob, getting it on.
Considering I'm not officially part of the SSS crew, I kind of feel left out. But
there is a reason why you're officially left out.
Yeah, I'm the token.
That's right.
I would say, looking at that comment, if SSS were to ever get on Ryan, you'd certainly be fucking up his future. But
yes, that's a given. That's certainly a given.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is essentially why we get any guest on. To be honest, is to essentially fuck them up. But specifically with Ryan, do you think that has some legs to it, in your view?
Depends where his legs are.
Nick, are you one for an open leg or a closed leg situation?
Well, it's a lot easier if the legs are open, but it depends whether you've got permission.
As long as the cheeks are spread, eh?
Well, this is it. That's the thing. It's sort of.
Ryan's actually sat there thinking, they're still not talking about me. Surely, surely still not talking about me.
The key question, I think,
it's 10 o'clock at night. I've got work.
Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have to press you on these ones.
yeah.
Are we talking about lower leg separation or upper leg separation? I think that's the key here.
Drunk
You asking
leg
me?
preparation, I think, normally works.
Well, anyone. I mean, this is an open forum, yeah. And so we do need to have answers to these ones.
Drunk leg separation.
Drunk leg. Excellent. Okay, that's good. I think we've explored that one.
It's not, mate.
What's
No,
next?
it's not.
We haven't explored it actually, but we just explored the concept of exploration of Ryan. And what's the next question there, Nick?
No, Colonel Conte, this isn't a football show.
No, it's not, mate. What's Saturday night? What's Saturday night at
never has
10:45 if you want to watch a football show? You'd
More.
love it.
This is so yeah. In answer to Bobby K's question, you are the token North American. So yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
The next
next
one is actually from Bobby K. The next three are from
fantastic.
Bobby K. He's obviously
Is it in
he's
English
obviously- Yeah.
or North American?
He's a North American Indian.
Ah, there you go. Bob Spur, when will you admit that a Kit Kat is a fucking chocolate? I've just filled in some of the.
No. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, Bob
Yes, it
Spur, when will you admit Kit Kat is a effing chocolate?
Okay. That's what Bobby K is saying. When will that time be?
10:45 Saturday night, mate. That's proper
Uh-huh.
football show.
Uh-huh.
Hope to see you there. Bob, when will you admit a Kit Kat is an F? You know what? I think you mentioned it earlier, didn't you, Rez?
About
so I'll
fingers.
go with that.
Yeah, it's all about the fingers, I think.
It is.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Fingering.
Who doesn't love a chocolatey finger?
That's
Now,
true.
four
Absolutely.
and you must got to prefer four fingers than two, surely.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ryan, how many fingers do you like in you?
You don't have to show us. Fucking hell, man.
I think he prefers it. Alan knows what Ryan prefers.
Yeah.
So
That's right. Okay, yeah. Colonel Conte's getting into the swing a bit as well, I think. Bob likes a chocolate sausage in his brown place. There you go. Definitely. Any more on chocolatey goodness, lady and gent?
lady and gent.
Yeah.
And token.
And token.
Token,
Yeah. I'll leave you to work out which one of you is which.
Yeah.
I'm the token.
No. Next one from Bobby K.
Yeah.
He's obviously woken up.
Yep.
Frustrated.
Kleenex tissue ratings on the drawer today, please. Yeah. Okay. So I think we can get technical now. I mean, how crumpled? How many crumpled tissues have you guys got, Nick?
Well, I'd go 3-ply because you need it to be soft, right?
Yep.
So 3-ply 3 times. Just keep it
3-ply
easy.
9. Is that your rating for the drawer?
Yeah, 3-ply cubes. Yeah.
Excellent. 3-ply cube. That's 27.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. 27. That's good. Out of
114.
414. Excellent. Ryan. Yeah. I mean, how many window panes has your jizz broken today?
Pass.
It's a
Move on.
serious question, Ryan.
You do know that his
When
parents
you
sit
get a
right
serious answer.
Bob, how many of your windows has Ryan broken with his jizz today?
I don't know. I was at work.
Ah,
But for me, I've always said, do not make an issue out of my crinkly tissue. So
yeah, absolutely.
it's yeah. To be fair, I was jizzing all over the place when the draw was made. But I don't think
But
the
not
customers
because of the
are.
draw, for other reasons, yes?
Yeah. But the customers didn't appreciate it.
No, absolutely. It's hard. It's hard to convince someone to purchase a new car.
Some would say easier.
Some would say easier. I will admit. There are certain people who do like that.
Part of the deal.
Yeah, that's it. But it's sort of it's hard to identify them until after they're wiping stickiness off themselves. So,
hey, if someone comes in and asks for a hands-free,
well, there you go.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Any more questions, Nick?
Unfortunately, this one's for me from Bobby K.
Well, we can open it up. We'll get you started, and then we'll open it up to the rest of the forum. So, tell us, does vegan jizz taste different than jizz that you've had from a meat eater?
I wouldn't
and how
know.
much meat have you eaten in order to determine that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know, as I'm not a connoisseur of jizz tasting. You'd have to ask my Henry Hoover.
Okay. Well, we'll try and get him on or her on for the next show.
Remember the correct name, Saki Saki Faki Faki.
Yep, that's right, and pump them for information. Ryan, any thoughts on the difference between vegan and carnivorous jizz?
Or pump up the ranjit.
Pump up the ranjit. Yes, indeed. Yeah,
definitely.
Pump
I've
it
not
up.
tried it. Just getting it out there. Haven't tried it.
Just getting it out there.
Yes.
Which
There
means
you
you
go.
definitely have. Which
Meat
means you
jizz
definitely
would
can
taste
answer
salty,
this
wouldn't it?
question. What, Ryan? What was that?
There you go.
Meat jizz would taste saltier, I'm guessing, because of the salt intake of the meat.
I mean, you would know.
Very technical.
Ryan. Very technical there.
This is it. This is why we had you on, Ryan, because we get asked questions like this and we need expertise to answer them. Okay? So, your time and your contribution is valued here. All right? Bob,
Go suck a
seriously,
sock.
I mean, you can do, there's no judgment here, we don't mind, Nick fucks Hoovers, I kill prostitutes, apparently. So yeah.
You're not going to believe this. I've been in a coma.
No. Stop lying.
Yeah.
Stop lying. Okay.
That's,
You know what I mean?
He's going to come to the point where he's going to keep on mentioning something. He's going to start up a GoFundMe or something for the NHS.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Listen, put your money where your mouth is. If you have done all this stuff, you need to have done a benefit. All right. Yeah. But you need to also tell us now about the differences between vegan jizz and carnivorous jizz.
From what I hear, what I get told from my friends, the meaty one is salty, whereas the vegan ones taste a bit artichokey and lettucey.
Okay, fantastic. Is it specifically those two vegetables? Is it specifically those two vegetables?
Yeah.
Fine.
I have no feeling. I have no feelings in my
below the waist.
Yeah. No, I've got no feeling in my feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Fantastic.
Do you know
why is that?
Because I was in a coma back in February. Sorry, not February. I've got my dates wrong. January.
Just shows how much you're lying because you can't even get your dates right.
That's it. And the fact I've got no feeling in my feet, I'm now comatose.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. Anyway,
can I ask a serious question?
Any more questions?
Yeah. What the one last
read the
question?
room. Read the fucking room, Ryan.
Can I ask a serious question?
Go on.
Yes, mate.
Go on.
Genuinely. Did you have any is it complete and utter darkness, or do you have like?
Mate, you pulled on a thread there.
That's a whole different conversation. People in the comments will no, it's side of bullshit. No. You dream very vivid nightmares. Rez came to the hospital and I told him all about it, and I still suffer from it. They're very, very. They're big dreams, bad dreams. They're nightmares. They live with you. They sleep with you. You wake up at times wondering why does the bedroom look like? No, why does the ward look like your bedroom? So it's a whole different subject, and it's going to put a downer on this stream. I'm sure the guys don't mind,
I
but
don't want to put it down.
I think it's for another stream. We'll do one, mate, and I need to go into it and a bit more. But no, it needs to be looked into by specialists out there because it does live with you. It does live with you.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, jizzing.
Yeah. From comas to jizzing.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
natural
back
progression.
And the final question. The final
question is the last one.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the very, very last one. Oh, wow. Okay.
Last one. The very last one.
Why do you all have shite beards, and would you ever consider making another 2 girls 1 cup for a player of your choice to join the club? That's really 2 questions, TPM. I don't know if we really should answer that because you sort of cheated with your questions. If you put them in as 2 questions, we might have answered it, but we're not going to. No, actually, let's answer that. I like a shite beard. I like to be able to look at my face in the mirror and think to myself, have you put your face in a turd in the mornings? That's the main reason. Would I ever do a 2 girls 1 cup? It depends on who the girls are.
Yeah.
Really, you know. But yeah, I mean, if they were girls, you know, who had you know all sort of feeling numbed, maybe I think I might go down that route. Yeah.
What about the 2
Or if they were
hookers in the room?
Or if they were dead hookers, yeah, I might do that possibly. Nick,
I mean, I would if it was like Henry and Henrietta, the 2 Hoovers. But,
Sucky, fuck.
yeah, sucky, fuck, and sucky.
that would be sucky, fuck, wouldn't it?
Or
Yeah,
if
that'd be
it was an Indian, they'd be
Yeah.
sucky, fuck, ding, ding. But,
Yeah, absolutely. Could be. It may well be. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's right. So that's a yes from you as well, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you have a shite beard?
Me?
Hmm.
Well, because I'm waiting to. I was going to shave, and then I thought, well, I'm going to have a bit of a trim up the top and trim down the bottom and a trim around here for next Saturday. So I thought I'd leave it to just look shite, just because I knew that Coach TPM would be in the chat tonight, and he would ask that question.
mate, you don't have to make an effort for in the wall. Bloody hell. No one sees
He
your
likes
balls
to
on
though.
the
He likes to because there's also the night of seduction with the latest Henry to sort of fit in onto the Saturday. So you know why
Henry Wright likes getting around.
Well, this is it. It really is killing 2 vegans with 1 stone. You know, that works.
Lettuce.
Ryan,
Lettuce.
why do you have a shite beard? And would you ever consider doing 2 girls and 1 cup to bring a player into Spurs?
Why do I have a shit beard? I have no idea. It just grew.
That's not a good answer, mate.
He went to Ryan wanted to do Movember, and he started in 2002, and that's what.
Now it's just come to it. It's taken 20 years.
Exactly. That's the answer.
Yeah. Thanks for giving me the answer.
Yeah.
Would I ever do?
And the 2 girls 1 cup thing?
Yeah, if it was to bring in James Madison, why not?
Okay. That's taking 1 for the team, or taking 2 for the team, depending on the girls. Bob, why do you have such a shite beard?
Lazy. Just lazy. And with regards to the 2 girls, pens, man, you know, how much they're charging.
Whether they've got a pulse.
They've got a pulse.
Who we're bringing in?
And if Reds is okay for me to borrow them for a few hours.
Yeah, of course, always. No, listen. I mean, you can borrow them, and it'll be mates rates. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I like
mates. What mates?
Mates rates.
Rates. Right.
Yes. Yeah. Not thanks.
Not going to a party.
I mean, listen. I think we might have someone who can really answer the previous question of that is, because apparently Colonel Conte came down after drinking 2 liters of organ juice.
Organ juice.
So I think we found our expert. We'll bring him on.
He's still on it. Big old Colonel. He's still on the organ juice.
Yeah, absolutely. And get that answer. Get that question answered. But yeah, that's pretty much it. for us. I don't think there are any other questions. No more
There's
questions.
There's no other questions now.
No other questions. So let's go round and have a chat to our guest. Ryan, when are you next on YouTube if you've not been arrested?
Planning on being arrested tomorrow.
Keep trousers on, mate.
Probably
Keep trousers on. Best way.
all
Best way.
depends on this Sunday if I can pull out a ticket for Nottingham Forest away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If not, it will probably be sometime next week, probably on Tottenham on Tour.
Fantastic.
At some point, so go and subscribe to Tottenham on Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Want to see more of my ugly beard? Go over to Tottenham on Tour.
Shite beard. It's not ugly. It's shite. There is a difference. Yeah. Mine isn't ugly, but it is shite.
Yeah.
See? So yes, you will be on at some point on Tottenham on Tour. Yes, do go over to Tottenham Tour and give them a like and a subscribe and a comment. Basically, if you're disturbed by the latter part of our show, maybe that's the channel for you. But if not, you're very welcome here. Bobby, when will we be seeing you next?
First of all, if you're disturbed by this show, then don't even think about coming on Saturday night because it'll fuck you up good and proper. I think everyone in the chat here is normally on a Saturday night. So yeah, Saturday night in the wall. Is Ryan being invited to In the Wall? Ryan, if you're up for it, mate.
I am well up for it.
You definitely want to get arrested.
Work about 9:30, 10 o'clock, so I'll be straight on.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, In the Wall, Saturday night, 10:45. The usual mayhem, chaos, randomness, and bunch of perverts really. Chatting about footballs, balls, and other stuff.
And
a bit on the sorry, mate.
And feet.
And feet. Yeah. Hey, you wouldn't get far without feet.
No.
And
also about the NHS appeal.
Yes,
because
the NHS...
contrary to what we've said, Bob was in a coma and he did hold a benefit for the NHS.
Yes,
and it has raised some monies, has it not?
It has. So the initial target, as we all know, was £500. We finished over £1,000, nearly 1,200 when the stream finished. The people who are doubling it have capped it at an amount because I think even they are surprised but hey, it's still incoming. We're currently sit on 5015.
Wow,
amazing.
5015. Let them still come in. Let the donations still come in. The trustees / charitable organisations will only put in 5 from the. I'll say only. They'll put in 5 from themselves. Yeah. So hey, we are what, double figures now? Double figures. Absolutely.
Actually, quintuple
absolutely
figures.
Amazing. Sorry. It's great, and we've all done it. Everyone, and I'm not just saying this, but everyone's contributed to it so much. If they've not been able to donate, they've made people aware. They've been able to share. People like Paddy Harnett has got in contact with Tottenham directly. Gary Mabbott, Steve Perryman. They've all come on the show, shared their stories. The support has been absolutely immense, man. Andy Andrew Gregory. I call him Andy G. Absolutely brilliant. He'll just bits there, and he's always been at the forefront. 10-inch as well, another one. It's unfair of me to pick people out. You guys, all of you guys, have helped and raised, and yeah, can't wait. Kimber's going to be back soon. Graham wants to be part of it when we go, and we're gonna do some special things. But yeah, the amount has been. Oh yeah, I tried to do a video last night. It was supposed to be 4 minutes long. I uploaded it, and only 3 minutes of it uploaded. But I think the message was there, just to thank everyone. I don't get to say thank you on my stream, purely and simply don't get the time, and plus it's a bit fucked up. So it just doesn't go with the show. So I just wanted to make a video to thank individually. Donations are still coming in. Andy G donated something. We had another one from the US Virginia coming. I think it was Liam who actually won. I can't remember his name now. Gary Paul, who won the pennant for it. So yeah, they're still incoming. But like I say, the people who were going to double it, they just stick. I think even they are surprised about how much we've raised. But hey, that's fair enough. If they're going with 5 plus whatever we raise, then brilliant. But yeah, keep an eye out. I'm doing, as people know on Twitter, I am giving updates on a daily basis because it's only fair and it's only right, and I want to share it, seeing that so many people are there. But yeah, big up to everyone. Big up the NHS. Big up to everyone for the support, man. Onwards and upwards. Big up the NHS. Big up the NHS.
Well done to you, Bobby. That's an achievement and a half. So yeah, that's our show, guys. I'm just going to go through it. I've been very organized this week. I've actually written down everyone who was in the comments, so I could just reel them off quickly.
Wow! Well, before you do that, Rez, you can find us again. Me and Rez will be on Sunday. Yes. Shelf Side on tour, on Tottenham on tour. So we'll be the episode 2. If Man U don't get a result again, the Man U fan will go missing. So we hope Man U win. We'll have Jordan back. We'll have Butch back, and maybe a few others. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see us on there. And maybe we will next week start a little bit later and do a transfer show to when the window closes. So possibly. But yeah, and that will then be my last show for
ever.
Yeah, ever. No, that will be my last show. No, it won't actually. It won't be my last show. It will be my second to last show, and then I will be away for a couple of weeks. So obviously,
if you're looking for a co-host for next week,
we may well be.
Not next week. Not next week. What are you talking about? I've got 2 more shows left, Bob. Fuck's sake. Don't try and get rid of me that easily.
You come back to find no show left for you.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Big up to everyone. Right, Rez, you're going to go through the 5,000 people that have been on it. So here we go.
So a big thank you to Kim, On Your Bike Scott, Ryan, Paddy, Stuart, Brian Daigle, Andrew Gregory, Eugene, Bob Spur, Chris Agabar, Cockeye TV, Golden Cockerel, Golden Boot, Ben K, Colonel Conte, Dunkelstalk, Kieran McDonald, Wayne Holland, Danny, Nomad, Sophie, Bobby K, Aditya, Caveman, James Joris, Ricky, Wolves FI, Sean, Alan Sibley, Will Stewart, Iggy, Aaron, Lisa, Ian Ferguson, Jacob, Tom M, Luca, Tom 81, Mark Swift, Roy, Jens, IVXIVIIVIXVIVVV, Stelios, Amir, Carl, Bryce, Coach TPM, and finally Hitesh, who turned up just as we were finishing.
Roy.
But he still turned up.
And Roy.
Big up Roy. Big up to Roy, definitely.
And vegans and lettuce bullets and artichoke penises.
Yeah. Absolutely. We love you all. Even the shooting will be done in a loving fashion because that's the Shelf Side Spurs Show way. Thank you very much to my guests. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you to my partner in crime, Nick. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Big up.